And welcome to a live game watch here on the College Huddle. I am Eric Boggs. This is my co-host Chris Wilds. Chris, welcome to a Notre Dame versus Navy live game watch here on the College Huddle. Excited for this game. Navy, by the way, a team you predicted could be a college football playoff team at the beginning of the year. Um, as the G5 or G6 now representative. Notre Dame coming into this one 6-2, having won 6 in a row after the opening two losses of the season, and currently sitting very nicely in the college football playoff rankings. And here we go. This is a must win for these teams, man. If Navy wants to make a statement as to getting into this college football playoff, this would be a huge opportunity to go into Notre Dame, win a big game inside South Bend, Indiana, under Marcus Freeman, at least up until last season. It seems like even last season, now that I think about it, they would lose a home game at home that they shouldn't have lost. So far, Texas A&M's not under that same caliber as you would put a Northern Illinois or a Marshall, etc. But Navy is. And so there's a little bit of a one eye open for Notre Dame on this type of game. We've got Buck Vader, Tyler, Bart, all in the chat right now. We hope to get a real nice, big, large number watching the game. A lot of Notre Dame fans hate the broadcasters on NBC, and if that's the case, turn the volume off, turn us up. We'd be happy to be the play-by-play announcers for y'all today.
Yeah, Eric, and you talk about the dislike that some Notre Dame fans have for the announcers. I'm going to say it right now. Some Notre Dame fans have an equal dislike for me, but that's okay because I'm here to call this one as close to down the middle as possible. Try to keep my personal feelings out of it, and yay, But I'm not going to lie. I am a midshipman fan, Eric. I
Hey,
do like Navy.
that's fine. You're a midshipman fan. I've got touchdown Jesus looking over my shoulder as I call this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm
You're
looking
going to
forward
make
to
this
it.
hard for me.
we have had we have had an amazing day of football. Indiana Penn State was an amazing game. Oh my gosh, was that good? Iowa and Oregon was a great game. Just got done watching that one as well. Washington and Wisconsin are in the middle of a dogfight right now. We'll keep you updated on all the scores as well,
With
everybody.
With 4 minutes left in that one, Eric, Wisconsin has the lead.
My goodness, that would be season ending for
Yes.
Washington. That would be season ending because they still, believe it or not, if they can win out, would hold a win over Oregon, which, given the same record at 10-2 as Oregon, if that were to happen, and Oregon also wins out to that point, then Washington would have the tiebreaker over Oregon in the head-to-head. So this is a must-win for them. They cannot stumble here. USC still holding serve with 2 losses as well. They've got a game against a big home game next week against Iowa, who just gave Oregon everything they could want. Brian Newberry, 22-11 record for the midshipman. Soft-spoken gentleman when he was interviewed earlier. There's CJ Carr looking dapper on the sideline. Looks like the Notre Dame fans are super excited to see some raindrops there on the some of the camera angle. And there is our Ms. Irish Leprechaun. Looks like it's a really good crowd there at Notre Dame. And looks like we're getting ready. Notre Dame, Eric Schmidt, freshman kicker. Notre Dame's had some kicking woes the last couple weeks, Chris. That has been well documented.
Yes.
Navy Navy's excited. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this thing off and running. It's the Irish. It's the midshipman. Kick is in the air. And it looks like it's going to travel through the back of the end zone. Touchback. Navy will get the ball on the 35 to start this game. They will be going left to right on your radio dial. I still love to say that. Chris, what are you looking for in this opening drive, my man?
For me, Eric, I just I want to see both defenses because the Notre Dame defense has been much better as of late. Um, so when Navy has the ball, I'm all about wanting to see can Notre Dame shut down that triple option, which gives a lot of defenses trouble. But also I want to see can Navy contain a very explosive at times Notre Dame offense, specifically their running game with Jeremiah Love.
All right, here we go. First and 10 from the 25. Option offense, Navy. They're going to hand it off right up the middle. Gets about 3 yards there, number 46. That would be Alex Texa with the carry. Alex Texa gets this game started here offensively for the midshipmen. It'll be a second down, and we'll call it a long 7 on their first drive of the game. The Navy shipmen wearing their all whites with the golden helmets, not to be confused with by the golden domers on the other side on defense. 2 receivers to the left, 2 backs up front. It's a fake. It's going to be the option. He's going to get a first down. He took it off the right side. Was Woodson, number 5. That's a new name. Woodson.
That is the backup quarterback, Eric. It looks like Mike Horvath. Did he start the game?
If he didn't, I didn't recognize it. What is Woodson's first name there, Chris?
That would be Braxton Woodson Jr.
That would be a great first name, and if you're going to be a quarterback. All right, let's see here. Is that Horvath back in now, or is that Braxton? That's Braxton running the
I thought I saw
option.
Horvath actually on the sideline, not in pads earlier.
Oh, is
So we
he
may have the
injured?
backup playing the whole game.
Well, that is a huge disadvantage to Navy. Massive
Oh,
disadvantage.
absolutely. Absolutely.
There's Chris Ash, the defensive coordinator's first season there at Notre Dame. Seems to have this Notre Dame defense seems to have righted the ship, pun intended, after a rough first go of it in the first couple weeks. Back to the triple option goes Navy on a 2nd and 10, and he's going to fake it, move to the right, and get about 3 yards after the fake and run off the right-hand side for Woodson, setting up a 3rd and 7 for the midshipmen. And if you're Notre Dame, you want to get off the field. The one thing you do not want to happen is Navy to take their time and methodically drive it down the field on you. They will speed this game up. It'll be the fourth quarter before you realize it if you allow them to just keep that clock moving over and over again. Of course, Notre Dame understands that. As here's Woodson with the option. Well read by the defense. They're going to get a yard as they ran it to the right again. The pitch from Woodson went to the up back, and Notre Dame with a huge stop. That's number 37 there, Chris. That's another new number for us.
Number 37 is going to actually be uh, senior Shane Reynolds. He's actually the 3rd listed running back on their list.
Shane Reynolds with a yard makes it 4th and 5, and the midshipmen will have to punt on their first drive after getting 1 first down.
Nice punt.
And the kick is up, and the wind's kind of moving that thing. It goes over the head of the receiver there, and it's down at the 6-yard line. And that is where Notre Dame and C.J. Carr will start on their first drive at the 6. No score early from Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana, as we go to our first commercial break. And we're going to get a little Discovery Card commercial with a little Stranger Things theme to it. You Stranger Things fan, Chris?
I do like Stranger Things, Eric. I'm from the 80s. I'm a child of the 70s and 80s, so for me, it's very retro. I love it. Very nostalgic. Yeah, it's a great show.
TG, it's good to see you this evening as well. Yeah,
So,
I love the 80s. Anything 80s, man, is my kind of my jam.
So yeah, the Notre Dame defense, Eric, it looked really good on that first drive for the most part. That triple option, that's a tough defense to play or tough offense to play against quite often, and they did a really good job of containing that. And now Navy has the unenviable task of trying to stop somebody who I think is really very overlooked in the Heisman talk, and that is Jeremiah Love.
I agree with you 100%. Jeremiah Love absolutely needs to be discussed more. And the times I've got to watch him, live while watching the games, he has been dominant. USC, he was dominant when we watched that one. Commander Luke, good to see him. Your sidekick, Chris, enjoying his favorite coach, Freeman. I'm going to say he's not, but he promised he was going to try his very best to be unbiased
I'm going
tonight,
to do
Commander
my
Luke.
best to be good. I think the best way for me to do that is not to mention uh, my favorite piece of human excrement. Excrement. So we're just not even going to bring his name up. Uh, but yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far. It's like you said, Eric, been a great day of college football.
Oh gosh, it's been a phenomenal day. For a weekend going into this, I was like, there's not going to be very many good games. It's been fantastic to
But
watch.
I'll tell you, I'm really, really more than just a little bit peeved off because I said it earlier. You know, if Penn State was going to cost me money, then they damn sure better win the game. And they cost me money, and they didn't win squat.
Oh, hey man, that Heisman moment, and that's what I'm calling it for Mendoza. That Heisman moment, that's the kind of moment that championship teams almost always have in a season. You go back to 2002, right? As Notre Dame has the ball here. Here we go. Back to action. Ball on the 6. Love to the left of Carr. He hands it off Jeremiah Love. He is bottled up for no gain by Navy as he was running there off the right side of the center. It'll
I'm
be
a bit ahead of
second
you
down and
already.
10. What's that?
And in true form, I'm a bit ahead of you.
Well, pause for a quick second. I don't want you to get too far ahead of me. All right, CJ Carr now with 11:10 to go in the first quarter. Looks off to his left. He has two wide receivers. Tight end set off to the right over the right tackle. Love comes up to the side. It's handed off to Love by Carr, and he is bottled up again, and he might have even lost a yard on second down. And it looks like early on, Navy is definitely looking for Love to get the carries early on. Navy's got 8 guys in the box. They were coming on a blitz there by the nickel and made the
Is,
tackle.
is
Was
it
that
safe to
nickel
say that Navy is looking for love in all the right places?
looking for love and all the right? Okay, very good. Third and 10. It's a long third and 10. Man in motion, two receivers set, one up top, one at the bottom. Love now to the left of CJ Carr. He makes a couple fake claps, gets the snap. Looking over the middle to Love, wide open, 20, 25, up to the 30, up to the 33.5 yard line. Big third down gain.
If you're
Jeremiah
gonna
Love just was released out of the backfield. No one picked him up as the linebackers came
if
on a
you're gonna blitz
blitz.
that linebacker, you got to do you got to account for Jeremiah Love. You can't blitz the linebacker and not somehow account for the best player on the field. You just can't.
CJ Carr, cool in the pocket. The blitz is coming in. He looks for Love. Found him. Big gainer on third down. It's now first and 10. Ball on the 33 for Notre Dame. Two receivers to the bottom of your screen. One to the top. Love off to the left. Tight end setting off the left tackle. Fake handoff to Love. Carr looking deep. He's going deep. He has a man one-on-one coverage deep. That ball is caught inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. Number 0, that's Malachi Fields with the big catch. Great throw by CJ Carr. Puts just
Yeah,
enough air under it, Chris. Beautiful
yeah,
pass,
that was
right
a
in
beautiful
stride.
pass, great catch.
Notre Dame's moving the football on their first drive. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ball on the 15. Three receivers set, two to the bottom of your screen. The tight end off to the left. Jeremiah also off to the left of CJ Carr. Looks like he's changing the play. This is a handoff to Love, up the middle, to the 10, to the 5. First down, it'll be first and goal, Notre Dame from inside the 5-yard line, 11-yard bust right up the middle by Jeremiah.
And watch the block thrown by number 64 here. He rides this guy, locks that guy, and just keeps him engaged all the way through the run.
Yep, center had no one to block on the line. He goes second level, gets the linebacker one-on-one. Jeremiah has a big hole right up the middle, easy gain. It's 1st and goal from the 5. And now Jeremiah set off to the right, 3 receivers set to the top. 1 to the bottom, tight end set off to the left, man goes in motion. Jeremiah Love gets an extra blocker, makes the first guy miss, gets very close to the goal line. I think he's going to be just
He's
short.
about a half-yard short there, I think, Eric.
2nd and goal from the half-yard line. This offensive line by Notre Dame has played very well for the larger portion of this season. Easy enough for me to say. As now Notre Dame looks at going up 7-0 here early. Man in motion. Now 12-man personnel. Handoff to Jeremiah Smith. He stopped, but did he get enough push? Second effort. Got him in. Yeah. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
That was, as Corey liked to say earlier, that was all effort. That was an effort yet. That wasn't the offensive line. I mean, the offensive line did an okay job, but that wasn't them getting a big push. That was just effort by Jeremiah Love.
He was initially stopped. He was met at the line of scrimmage, but then just pushing through. Number 33 gets a little tushy-pushy there behind him as he was met at the line of scrimmage, gets that half-yard touchdown Notre Dame, and an extra point here to go up 7-0. Now, missed extra points, 4 of them this season so far. Currently the most in FBS. Let's see if we can Notre Dame can get that extra point and go up 7-0 here.
And the thing is, they've got nothing after Eric Schmidt, so he is their kicker.
Well, let's see what Schmidt can do here.
Oh.
Snap, kick is down, kick is up. Boy, yeah, it started to curve there, didn't it?
That is ugly.
It went through, but it wasn't pretty. 7-0 Notre Dame to get started here against the Midshipmen. It'll be Navy's second drive after the kickoff here in the middle of the first quarter. Navy's going to have to respond. The one thing Navy cannot do, Chris, is fall behind by 2 scores. That is a death nail for them.
No, if they fall behind by 2 scores, honestly, you won't see C.J. Carr put the ball in the air the rest of the game. They will literally just use Jeremiah Love. They will use Jeremiah Love and Price, and they will just run this team into the ground if they go up by 2 scores.
Notre Dame fan commander Luke, good to have you with us. He says the thing with Jeremiah Love is he doesn't typically show up in big games. USC, he did well, but versus Ohio State, Georgia, etc., he's nowhere to be seen.
I would say that may have more to do with the opposing defenses that he's facing than it does his lack of effort or ability.
Yeah, Luke, we were saying that too. He said, man, that kick hooked hard as it went through. Yes, it did. It absolutely did. Am I frozen?
Yes, you are, Eric.
But can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're frozen with your eyes shut, looking like maybe you might have been napping on the last drive.
Yeah, I see that. Let me jump out and jump back in real fast.
And while Eric does that, we're going to take a quick look around the league here and see what we've got for active scores. It looks like right now, with in OT, it's 38-38 Vanderbilt and Auburn. Washington, right now, they're down to their last minute to try to attempt to get this game back, but Wisconsin has the ball in the Washington side of the field right now. Down to 34 seconds left. Looks like Coach Luke Fickell is going to get himself a win here. Virginia, at the start of the second quarter, is only up 3-0. Now, this is a game that Eric and I talked about earlier. This is a game that very well, we said, could be one where Wake Forest could sneak up and get the win. Louisville, 7-7 tie with Cal right now. Louisville came in as a huge point favorite. Did not like that. When we talked about this game earlier, we definitely said, take the points with California. LSU and Alabama are still scoreless after the first 4 minutes of the first quarter. Not sure where Eric has gone here, but we might have to. Well, can't do that because I'm not a admin on this one, so I can't change the settings. So you're gonna have to stick with this screen, I guess. All right. Can everybody still hear me is the question. Or did Eric kick me out as well? Did he end the feed? Chat, do we still have a feed going here for me? Someone please let me know.
Hey.
There you are. Okay, they can hear me. I tried to keep things going while you were out.
Sorry.
Okay.
You keep it going. I had to reset everything.
All right, we are back. Navy has the ball. It is 1st and 10 from the 25. Quarterback keeper gets about 8 on the play there, Eric. All right, M. Woodson is going to take him back to the line.
There we go. Got our screen share back. That happened to me earlier this morning. My computer just froze, and I had to literally restart.
Motion handoff. Oh no, quarterback keeper again gets maybe a half yard if that, but it does make it a very manageable 3rd and 1.
Almost there, Chris.
You're fine. I'm good. Vanderbilt does beat Auburn 44-38 in overtime.
All right, here we go. I'm back. Here we go. Looks like a 3rd and 1, Chris. Is that what you got?
Yes, and the Fighting Fickles just finalized it, Eric.
Oh my goodness.
And a first down on the quarterback keeper.
All right, I'm slightly behind you, like maybe a second or two.
All right, well, then I'm going to let you take the call back.
All right, buddy. So that was Braxton Woodson up the middle. Got just enough to get the first down. Oh, there we go. A little tushy-pushy. That's our favorite play here at the College Huddle. A little tushy-pushy. All right, one receiver off to the left. One off to the right. He's got the fullback off to his left. Tight end off to the left.
The turf monster.
A man in motion. And you fix the pitch. He's got a nice lane, and he literally just stumbled over his own feet. As Chris said, the turf monster came up and grabbed him. Kept Woodson to a 7-yard gain off to the right-hand side. Would have had more.
That was going to be a big gain, Eric.
That was at least a first down and then some. And, yeah, he just...
Oh, no. He doesn't fall. He's got a blocker out in front. I don't know. He didn't break it.
Oh, my, yeah. No, number 8 there had some pursuit on him. I think he would have held him up eventually, but good old turf monster. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Notre Dame. Navy with the ball. 2nd and 2.
Full start, maybe? Yep.
And the throw, yeah, they threw it right at the left tackle or left guard 1. There's a false start motion. Offense is going to be going in reverse here. It'll be 1st and 15 now.
Clearly, college officials learned nothing from the Orlando Brown incident because they threw it right at the player.
Yeah. Well, you got to throw it where you got to throw it where the incident happened. Where was the false start there? I didn't see it.
I don't know.
That was awful slight if it was. I did not see it. Maybe did he fidget slightly? I don't know.
Nice block.
Well, here we go. Fakes the handoff to the left now. He's got a lead blocker. He does make a nice block, and he gets Oh, is that a first down, or was that the original line of scrimmage he got
That's a
past?
first down.
First down, Navy. That was Alex Texa who threw the nice block there. He actually turned around and got one of the linebackers. Like he said, a nice block. Kind of blocked two of them there, didn't he?
Yeah. You're freezing
First
again,
and
Eric.
10 Navy, ball near the midfield here. This is a nice second drive by the midshipman. Ball sitting at the 49-yard line. Man
Wow.
goes in motion off to the right. They're going to look to throw it. He steps up in the pocket, makes the first guy miss, makes the second guy miss. He's still on his feet, still moving up to the 41st down. My goodness, weaving in and out of traffic. He got 11, 12 yards and a first down there, does Woodson. Navy, Chris, you know what I'm about to say. Get your keys out. They're
Yes, sir.
driving. They're driving. Some good blocking downfield too. Maybe a slight hold there.
That guy up at Michigan can't even claim to be the best running quarterback right now in the league.
No, not even close. 3:20 to go. Now Navy has the ball at Notre Dame 40. Again, man in motion. Woodson up the middle. Give him 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Nice tackle there by number 0 from Notre Dame, stepping in the pocket and making that stop there on the right-hand side.
Looks like we're changing the play at the line.
Triple option in effect here. He's got 3 backs, 1 to his left, 1 off to his right, slightly behind as he sits under motion. Tight end to the right, fullback straight behind. Man goes to the left. It's up the middle of the fullback. It's faked. He was running the option. He could have pitched it. Woodson held on to it. You give him another, we'll call it a yard and a half. We'll make it a 3rd and 6. We'll call it a
That was a
long 6.
great defensive call, especially by number 4 there for Notre Dame, who did not get pulled out of position. He stayed back to make sure the pitch didn't get completed. Excellent, excellent play.
Well, you have to stay
Have to stay at home.
disciplined. You have to stay disciplined. Read your keys. Stay in your lane. Don't chase. You have to have faith in your teammates. And on a 3rd and 6 here, that's a pass on a slant, and it goes incomplete. Nice play again by Notre Dame, stepping in, knocking it down. It makes a 4th and a long 6 here now from just inside the 40. That pass seemed a little bit, it was behind him, behind the receiver. It was behind him. Will they punt? They are. Last time they got they put Notre Dame at the 6. It didn't matter. C.J. Carr and Jeremiah Love made that easy. And there's a false start on Navy to make it a little bit, I guess maybe we could say, an easier punt for him to put it inside the 10.
Yeah. I was just going to say they may have taken that one on purpose. Well, not the false start. They may have been prepared to take the clock down on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know that they're too angry about the false start there, but
no.
It's a nice gray beard there by the Navy coach.
Very dapper gentleman.
Yeah, he is. He's one of those guys you could see wearing a top hat, smoking a cigar, walking around in a suit with a cane. There's the snap. Kick is up. And the punt goes.
Should have taken a delay of game to go with it. And it would
Almost. It was right on the goal line. Just a little bit less, and that ball would have been on the 1 because a guy was there to catch it. But it goes into the end zone. Notre Dame will get this thing out at the, is it the 20 or 25 on punts? I don't remember.
25.
On the 25. Okay.
So Eric, I just, as I'm looking through the scores, I got to ask you about this one because, you talk about all the SEC fans like to give a lot of grief to Ohio State and even to Notre Dame over their schedules. And let me just tell you, Ole Miss had a very impressive game today, winning 49-0 over the Citadel.
Yeah, massive. Right?
No hypocrisy in that one.
No, none. Not at all.
Yeah,
Not at
Mika.
all.
Oregon Iowa was a great, great game. Uh, and we both called that one earlier, Eric. We both said to stay away from the points on that one, I believe you agreed with me and said take Iowa and the points because you thought it was going to be closer. So we also talked about staying away from Wake Forest, Virginia, which is still a 3-0 game about halfway through the second quarter.
What were the scores last night's games? I never did check last night's game scores. I know USC beat Northwestern, and we'll talk about that in a second because
Well, let me
Northwestern
get those for you.
Northwestern became the losingest program in college football history with that loss.
So Friday's scores, you had USC 38-17 over Northwestern. Houston knocks off UCF 30-27. Tulane took out Memphis
That's what I was
38 to
curious
32.
of. I was curious about that because that was a big game for postseason implications. Tulane had two losses, Memphis only had one, and they could knock basically replace Memphis with that game. And then, of course, that one opened up the door for Navy, right? This is a
Correct.
big, big game for Navy, man.
Yeah, their defense has really got to step up and get a stop here because if they want any hope of going to the postseason, Eric, I with their loss, I think they have to win this. Had they lost this as their only loss and it was a close game, I think that would have been good enough. But with them already taking a loss, I think they have to win this to get back in the postseason talk.
CJ Carr stats with this horrible looking graphic that NBC made there with the
You could
rainbows. What was that, Chris?
said you could do better.
I could. There ain't no joke. All right, here we go. We're going to pass it out. It's going to be a nice little wide receiver screen and maybe 2 yards there for Notre Dame. Nice read defensively by Navy. That was Will Paulings, the former Wisconsin Badger Will Pauling, his first catch. Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator for Notre Dame. Nice first opening drive there.
Yeah, CJ Carr is actually having a pretty nice season, Eric. Uh, again, another redshirt freshman, much like Ohio State's Julian Sayin, who was coming out and really impressing in their first year as a starter.
Yeah, 100%. 3 yards there by Jeremiah Love sets up a 3rd and 5 for Notre Dame. Big play here for Navy as they load the box
Get
up
him
at the
off the
line of
field. Get him
scrimmage.
off the field.
CJ Carr was waving at his girlfriend there. I didn't know if you caught that or not. Tight end goes in motion. Jeremiah Love set off to the left. This is going to be a pass.
Beautiful
And
throw, but
Jeremiah Love deep overthrows everything.
well, part of that was the fact that his receiver was on the ground.
Yeah, I think I don't know that even if the receiver hadn't slipped, I'm pretty sure that would have been a way overthrown. Yeah, that
There's an argument for interference there, Eric.
yeah,
And
a
I'm no
little
Notre
bit.
Dame fan, and we know that, but there's an argument for interference there.
I'm gonna say over his head. There's Chapman to punt it on 3rd and 5. The first time this game, Notre Dame is having to punt, leading 7-0. Here's a timeout, Navy. Navy's gonna call a timeout, making sure that they have all their bases covered. I don't think if Notre Dame was gonna fake it here, I don't know that they were ready for it. So
Here's the thing, Eric. Navy has used 2 timeouts on punts.
not good. Doesn't speak well to their special
Does
teams unit.
not speak well to the special teams.
Good to have everybody with us tonight. We've had over 60 people stop in already. I just checked the numbers a few minutes ago. We got 11 people watching live right now. The majority of which are our good friends from the OHO podcast and Commander
And
Luke from Always Irish. Good to have
and
you guys with
I
us.
get that, Eric, because right now there is a good football game going over on a channel that we can't get because ESPN/Disney is trying to bend our friends at YouTube TV over the barrel, so to speak. But I understand why people maybe are focusing on that game a little bit. But as the first quarter is coming towards a close with only 3 minutes left, that is a tie game at 0 still. LSU has the ball at midfield.
Mika's so proud of you, she said, for being for being rational tonight.
It hurts, Mika. I really have a lot of wonderful things I would love to say about the Notre Dame football program. But in the interest of the fact that we are on the college huddle,
That's
I am
right.
trying to keep my professionalism about me.
Did you see the numbers I did on my Patty Fitz should be the next coach at Penn State video yesterday?
It was several thousand last I saw.
16,000 as of right now. Pretty good video.
Yes, everybody, hit the like button, share this. If I'm going to be good, the least you can do is share it. My opinion of today's game against Purdue, not as clean as I would have liked to have seen it. I think we could have done better. That being said, I like the fact we saw some different things. I like the fact that, you know, after the first quarter, our defense was okay. But you know what? I think every now and then you're going to have a game that's not what you want it to be. And, we're sitting here and I'm griping about a game. And I know that just probably irks people's nanny goat just a little bit. But I am griping about a game that Ohio State, won handily. But the fact is, I think we have a lot of room for improvement on that one.
We
There's
played a
going to be
lot.
some tape to watch,
We played a lot of people who hadn't played much yet this year. All
which
right,
is a positive.
there's the snap. Punt is up. He kicks it from about the
Wow.
9. It's a short punt. It is going to be downed at the 47.
Yeah.
Special teams for Notre Dame is not good, guys. I've heard John Kennedy and a lot of his people talk about it. I don't remember it looking like this against USC, but maybe since they were playing so well against USC, it just didn't, come to the surface.
So, Eric, I got to talk, just to ask you. Um, we're seeing Notre Dame's special teams not the greatest. Navy special teams not the greatest. Ohio State special teams not the greatest. Is there just like a lack of emphasis on special teams around college football at this point?
Could be Navy in the option. He's going to get behind the right hand side. He's going to pass across midfield. We're going to give him 5 yards. It'll set up 2nd and 5. Nice run by Woodson. You bring up an interesting point, Chris. It's an interesting question. I don't think special teams has. I just don't think coaches spend as much time on it, and the ones who do, I think it's a weapon for them. Let's take Iowa for instance, right? As the first quarter comes to an end, Iowa uses it as an absolute weapon. And it keeps them in some games that, quite honestly, Chris, I don't know that talent wise they should still be
Right.
in, but it keeps them in it. And I think if you're going to be a program like Iowa, where you have to develop talent, you're not going to go out there and get a bunch of 5 and 4 star athletes come to Iowa City. You're going to have to be really good at special teams to keep yourself in those football games. And so hats off to Kirk Ferentz. This will be the one and only time you ever hear me, actually acknowledge that he does something well. Because Iowa, that's how Iowa literally at times has kept themselves in football games is through great field goal kicking, great punting, great special teams, great return teams. And yeah, it's an absolute weapon for Iowa. statistically, Chris, what do we got? Do you have any of the stats pulled up so far at the end of the first quarter?
Yeah, here you go. I just got to find the right tab.
I know you're the tab monster.
There we go. So as we look at this thing, Eric, right now, Braxton Woodson, he's impressing. He is 0 of 1 for 0 yards passing.
Impressive.
However, he does have 11 carries for 59 yards.
That actually is impressive.
Yeah, but Notre Dame has limited Navy to 64 yards of offense in this first quarter. On the flip side of the ball, CJ Carr actually having a very good game, 3 of 4, 75% completion rate, 81 yards. Jeremiah Love, 6 carries for 18 yards and a 3.0 yard average. That's something Navy can be proud of right now.
It's early. It's early.
It is early, but I'll tell you, that's containing that big man is going to be a major thing for them if they want to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, we've seen a lot of tackles by a lot of people. Seriously, you've got 9 tackles by Navy with 7 different guys having tackles. You flip over to Notre Dame, 14 tackles. They're led by Devontae Smith and Drake Bowen, who both have 3. But then you got a slew of people with 1. You got a couple guys with 2. So, not a lot to get excited about statistically in this first quarter. But at the same time, when you've got 2 teams that are predominantly running teams, I can't say I'm all that surprised by what I'm seeing in the first quarter.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, we got our first
spot of the night.
Yeah. That's a good sign. And when you get the bots, that means hey, some numbers are getting better. So I have to go check that out, Chris, and make sure that the bot has been removed.
Bring the bots. Bring the bots.
All right.
Yeah, Mika. Purdue does have some talent to build around. You're absolutely right. They were feisty.
As a lot of those guys followed their head coach from UNLV.
And
all right, here we go. It's 2nd and 6. Handoff to the right. Number 22 going off to the right. First down to the 40 down to the 35-yard line goes Eli Hendrick. Eli Hendrick with a nice carry. Good lead block there again by Alex Texa. And first down Navy. Inside.
Hendrick averaging 7 yards a carry on the season, Eric. So
inside the 40-yard line. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 34. All right, nice little option to the right. He's going to keep it, get 5-6 yards there. By Woodson sets up a 2nd and 4. And Chris, you know what I'm gonna say next. Get the keys out.
Keys out. They driving.
That boat is sailing. Do boats have keys? The modern boats do. Modern boats have keys, not the old boats. The ones with sails.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. It's a 2nd down and 4. Handoff up the middle. He's breaking tackles. Still on his feet inside the red zone down to the 15. Finally tackled there. Goes
He
Texa.
Just ran through people over. Almost lost the ball.
Yeah, right up the middle, followed his block. He did. He was rumbling, stumbling, running over his lineman, gets all the way down to the 15. Yeah, you don't want to lose the ball now, man. Not this close to the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 15 now. As Woodson brings the team back to the line, he sets up under center in the triple option once again. Motion goes to the right. Fake handoff. Woodson jumps over the first tackler. He's going to get a yard. Nice stop by Notre Dame. Sets up 2nd down and 9 from the 14. And don't look now, but look at that clock, Chris. Tick
Yeah.
tock, tick tock. This is what they do, man. That's why it's so frustrating to play them. And hats off to Notre Dame, who they play them every single year. They sign up for this, man. It's actually a disadvantage for them to have to spend a week of practice to learn how to
Ooh.
stop the triple option. Here goes the man in motion again. It's off to the left, pitch to the right. They got one guy going one way. They got the team going the other way. He gets down to a first down, knocked out of bounds at the 4. Nice call by Navy. Boy, that fooled the Notre Dame defense. They were all following the
They
initial
had them
ball carrier,
all gaining.
Woodson. Everybody. And then back against the grain comes the wide receiver. And it's just a foot race at that point. Number 86 with his first carry of the game, setting up now a 1st and goal from the 3.
Well, now let's see. Is he going to get marked progress? Because let me tell you, that's always interesting.
Yeah, they're going to give him some progress there. They're going to say he made it to about the 1 yard
With the
line.
one there, I
That's
think
a
that might
kind
have
of
been a little too much progress.
Yeah, that was a friendly spot.
That
I
was
think he
a
got it
very
about the
because I think
2.
yeah.
1st and goal from the 1. Under 11 and a half to go in the first half. Navy looking to tie this thing up.
Oh, they got it back at the 2.
They corrected it. Okay. 1st and goal from the 2 now for Navy.
Oh, that's a tushy pushy.
We know what's coming next. Here it comes. Oh yeah, there's the tush push. Those are brownie bites right there. That's a touchdown. There it is. Navy's on the board, 7-6. Don't look now, folks. The
It's a ball
midshipmen
game.
have come to play in South Bend. Right behind that right guard gets a good push. And yeah, that was an easy touchdown. He got that by a full yard.
Yeah.
Give him 3 yards on the tushy pushy. All right, let's see how Navy's field goal kicker looks here. See if he can tie this thing up.
It was efficient.
Snap down, hold. Not too great of a snap. That was a little high. Nice job by the holder on fielding that thing up by his shoulders and getting it down. Laces out. 7-7, Chris. We've got a ball
Laces
game.
out, Dan.
We got ourselves a ball game, boys and girls.
You know, Marcus Freeman looked a little distraught on that as they cut away from him.
Yeah, he thought, man, we did not look good defensively. Special teams that was all set up by bad special teams by Notre Dame. So it's a real problem, man.
Yeah, and this is a team, Eric, that I'm going to tell you right now. This Navy team can be pesky. And they are not going. This defense could be gassed by the end of this game. That you may see that be a difference. If the offense can stay out there, run a lot of plays, and wear on this defense, that could be a difference maker if they can keep it close into the fourth quarter.
7-7.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Eric.
I was a little worried, Chris, Notre Dame was going to run away with this thing after we saw that first drive.
But I'll tell you what, defensively, man, this Navy team stepped up. Now you're up to Woodson, the backup quarterback, 69 yards on the ground in the first half and a touchdown. He's averaging 4.6 per carry. Texa only averaging 5.3 per carry, down from his 7-yard season average. But offensively, things haven't changed much since the flip of the quarter for Notre Dame because they haven't touched the ball yet this quarter. Yeah, Bart, I think you're absolutely right. Navy's no joke. That triple option offense. Now, Notre Dame may be the best in the country as far as being prepared to face it, because as you mentioned, Eric, they face it every year. But, man, I mean, they were expecting a different quarterback,
They were, but they were, but they're not. And what I mean by that is it's
The
if
scheme doesn't
anything,
change.
yeah, that's the same exact offense. But if anything, I would say the one pass he threw, it looked pretty ugly. It's not necessarily a pat like I think Blake probably was a better passer than what we're
Yes.
getting from Braxton. But that's obviously there's a reason why Blake Horvath was your starting quarterback, who
Yeah,
is
he was,
from Ohio, Worthington.
but he didn't
Worthington,
throw a lot on the season. He's only thrown 107 passes through 8 games.
107 passes at Navy is a career and then some. Okay, like
But the big thing is he's also the team's leading rusher.
exactly. Yes, you're correct. But Braxton has been very dynamic. He's living up to that name, that's for sure. 11:02 to go. Navy getting a kickoff here.
Some rain on the camera lens.
Yeah, some sprinkles all are coming there in South Bend. Cold enough, I wonder, to turn to maybe snow flurries possibly.
Overnight it's
Short
supposed to.
kick. It gets fielded at the 12. It's going up the middle. He's tackled at the 28-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Irish as we get an Auburn Vanderbilt review. And there's the jump pass for the win in overtime for Vanderbilt. 45-38 for Vandy. Hats off to Auburn without Hugh Freeze giving them a game that was in Nashville. So on the road. All right, CJ Carr back under center.
Nice.
Jadarian Price is to his left. They're going to hand it off to Price. No, it was a fake handoff. They then go out to Malachi Fields, who fights all the way up to, is that about what, midfield, or is that the
Just about.
35? Oh, yeah, that's about midfield. He caught it at the 40, and he fought it all the way up to about the 47-yard line.
And they got a spot at the 49.
Well done. That was a big gainer on just a slant. That slant turned into about 20 yards. 3 receiver set with the tight end at the bottom of your
Wow.
screen.
Laying way off.
And there is the pass up. Yeah, the cornerback he's afraid of getting burned. That's another first down for Malachi Fields. He's definitely CJ Carr's favorite target here early on in this game, Chris.
Yeah, but my question is this, Eric. We're seeing them almost become one dimensional at this point.
Well,
Notre Dame, I mean, they have not run the ball on this play, and if you look at the game, there we go.
all right. 2 receiver set, 12-man personnel, two tight ends in. There's Price to the right, cuts back to the left, breaks the tackle, give him 7 yards. It'll be 2nd and 3.
But I'll tell
Nice
you what. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
nice block there on the left-hand side by the line there. He cut it back to the left, and they were getting a great push. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just going to say, I almost would use that short passing game as much as possible because they're giving them so much cushion. Now, it looks like they got about a 5 yard cushion there, but
Yeah, receiver in motion. Again, they're in the 12-man personnel. CJ Carr drops back. Plenty of time to throw the football. Nice pass. Good catch. Again, Fields, and he gets that up to the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 for the
wow.
Irish.
75 absolutely cleaned the clock of the defender across from him.
It is raining there in South Bend. You can see it from that angle. Malachi Fields,
Who
I
does that
said
favor,
30. That's
Eric?
up to the 20. It's a red zone. Another red zone visit by the Irish here. 3 receiver set, tied into the right, where you also see Price. Man goes in motion, hands it off to Price. He's up to the B gap there. Inside the 15, down to the 13. It'll be a 2nd and short. What was your question there, Chris?
Who does it favor if this starts to if it's raining and starts to get sloppy?
Notre Dame's home. They're running the football good again. I don't know. Maybe it's a wash. You think it's Navy?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know. That was, I mean, that triple option is hard enough to defend on a dry field, but on a rainy field, it's going to be a mess. I'll tell you, the easiest answer may be the last team with the ball.
Price gets 2 yards on that one, setting up a 3rd and 1 as he found a nice little hole off to the left side of that offensive line, setting up a 3rd and short here for Notre Dame. Obviously, they want to get the first down. They do not want to put this football and I was going to say in the hands, but on the foot of the kicker, I would say,
Oh,
assume.
wow.
Here it goes, 3rd and 1, hands it off up the middle. I don't know. The way
He
that
didn't get
spot
it.
is,
It's
I don't
fourth
think
and
he
one.
got it,
It's 4th and 1. And Freeman is irritated.
and he should be because he doesn't want to kick. He knows they suck at it.
Oh, he's got to go for this, Eric.
Oh, I
It's
think so.
7-7, but you're in the red zone. You've got to trust in your defense. You got to trust in the offensive line to get a push. I don't necessarily like taking it from this deep.
Yeah, in the shotgun. 12-man personnel, 2 tight end sets. Here comes the receiver in motion. It is a pass. He goes off to the right. Wide open again is Malachi. No, he makes a guy
Nope.
miss. Second guy missed down to the 2-yard line. That was not Fields. Who was that? Number 6.
Number 6 is actually Jordan Faison.
Faison.
Faison, wide receiver, junior.
Nice call on 4th down. Navy was not ready for that. They were thinking
No.
run. CJ
And they
Carr.
should have been.
Yeah, CJ Carr showing a lot of poise for as young as he is. 1st and goal for Notre Dame. Ball is
Easy.
on the 2. This should be an easy touchdown for the Irish. Handoff up the middle. Price scores. Notre Dame back on top. Big answer by the Irish.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had to, Eric. And like I said, as this game gets sloppier, this may come down to the last team with the ball. There's a lot of football left to be played, obviously, but
USMCE9. Good to have you with us, man. Tyler thinks if this rain continues and it gets extra sloppy, he says Navy is who he gives the advantage to because they play like you're in a phone booth all day long and beat you up. True,
eh,
but they're not. They're also on the road, so
that looks like
usually
it's starting to change over now, Eric.
a little bit. Yeah,
That looked a little sleety.
that looks a little mixy, doesn't it?
So yeah, I mean, Notre Dame, they've come out, they've done what they had to do, they've got a lead, but the midshipmen are not going to go away. They have to come back out and answer the same way on this one, Eric. They got to
Mm-hmm.
come right back out and they have to immediately score. Well, I shouldn't say immediately. They got to score again and they got to do it their way, which is probably run off the good majority of the rest of this first half.
Yeah, it's important that they put some points on the board here before halftime because Notre Dame gets the ball coming out of halftime. That's going to be really important for them to not fall behind by more than one score. Like I said, Navy's not built for a big comeback. If Notre Dame can
No.
get up by 2 scores, it's massive advantage for Notre Dame at that point. And so Navy needs to keep this thing close. That is for sure.
And, CJ Carr, 7 of 8, 135 yards in the first half. Can't say enough about it. I mean, he's done everything very well today. Woodson on the other side, he's still he still has not completed a pass yet, but 69 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Was it our Notre Dame fan that was in the chat earlier who stated that Jeremiah Love tends to fade away in big games?
Yeah, Commander Luke. Yeah.
Through the first half, 6 carries for 18 yards.
It's not going to get it done.
but he does have a touchdown. Conversely, Jadarian Price, 5 yards, or 5 carries, 17 yards, but also a touchdown. So they may not be putting up huge numbers, but they're doing it when it counts, and that's when they get in the red zone.
You wouldn't happen to have the Florida State Clemson score, would you?
Clemson is blowing them out right now.
Really?
Yeah, last I saw, I believe it was 17-0, maybe. Let me pull that up here for you. Florida Clemson 18-7 now.
That's not too terribly bad.
FSU just literally, as I flipped over, scored a touchdown. Louisville 13-10 over Cal. We knew that spread was too big. Hey, Eric, 30 seconds left till the half. Wake Forest 10, Virginia 6.
Oh, I warned everybody.
We called that one.
Yeah. I felt like Virginia has been flirting with disaster.
Kentucky up 10-7 on Florida.
Notre Dame kicking it off here. This ball is going back to and through the end zone. It'll be Navy ball out on the 25-yard line to start their third or fourth drive of the game. I can't remember already.
This would be their fourth drive.
$14-7. Notre Dame leads. Woodson gave a "you can't see me" on his touchdown celebration. That's funny. All right, here we go. 2 receivers up to the top. You got the one back to the right, the bigger back off to the left of Woodson. Here comes the receiver in motion. Now it's a triple option back to the right. That play was blowed up by number 27 linebacker for Notre Dame.
Kingston Villamua Asa.
Great name and a great tackle. He absolutely blew this thing up. Well done, young man.
Yeah, true sophomore out there playing like a seasoned veteran, man.
Dude, Alex Texa, man, he got blowed up. Woo! Playing for an audience of one, as his tape says over his nose.
That has changed over to snow. I've seen a few flakes fall. The big fluffy ones.
Well, Woodson gets about 3 yards there off to the left, gets past the original line of scrimmage, setting up a 3rd and long. We'll call it 3rd and 9.
Eric, is Woodson now being too conservative and too greedy with the ball?
Yeah, I mean, those pitches haven't exactly been necessarily there. I think Notre Dame is doing a really good job of taking away the pitch man and forcing Woodson back to the middle of the field where all the help from those linebackers are, and a credit to the outside guys. Woodson throwing the football deep, overthrows everything. That's why he doesn't throw the football 3rd and long. He's now 0-2 when he goes back to pass. And Navy's going to have to punt once again for the 3rd time. And they are in danger, Chris, of letting Notre Dame here in the 2nd quarter gain full control of this football game and really apply the pressure to the midshipmen heading into halftime.
If Notre Dame scores again, this game is over.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm going to agree with you on that. 4:31 to go. Navy needs to tighten up defensively here. Keep Notre Dame out of the end zone.
We have us another bot, Eric.
I'll jump on it as soon as this punt's over. Kick is up. Fair catch being called by Notre Dame. He does so at the 32. That's where Notre Dame will start this drive. And the bot is gone.
Andrew Miller, nobody live streaming the game. Which game were you looking for? Was it the one you're listening to here, or were you looking for perhaps a game that nobody has access to if they have YouTube TV?
Well, Andrew, if you're still listening and watching, You can't live stream on YouTube. It's against the law. If you find a live stream happening on YouTube, it's an offshore account, and what they're doing is they're putting the live stream up and then quickly deleting the stream. And because they're overseas, YouTube doesn't normally do anything about it. So if you live stream a game on YouTube without permission from the television networks and streaming services, your channel will get banned and you can get actually fined and prosecuted. So that's why you don't see that. Did I explain that well, Chris?
Very good. Very good. Typically, though, fined and prosecuted would be for severe repeat offenders. Typically, you're going to get your channel shut down and they're going to say, go away, don't like you anymore.
No das.
Oh, let's see what's happening around the league right now, Eric. Louisiana is up on Texas State by a field goal late in the fourth quarter. Air Force up by 10 over San Jose State. San Jose State, why do I remember that name? I swear somebody picked San Jose State to represent the group of five. Who was that, Eric? I don't recall.
I don't remember either, to be honest with you.
Wake Forest 10-6 at the end of the first half. Cal up 17-13 on Louisville, another game you said to watch.
Yep.
Florida State.
Louisville loses a game every year where you're like, dude, how can you beat all these ranked teams and then lose that one?
Well, that's not looking good for a coach who's, polishing up his resume for Penn State.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell Penn State fans. Jeff Brom's going to be the man. He's the anti-James Franklin. Yeah, but are you going to be happy when you guys lose to Minnesota and you lose to Washington and you lose unexpectedly to Maryland or Rutgers out of the blue?
But Eric, I'll throw this back at you before we go back to the game. I would say Ohio State fans were pretty happy with losing to Purdue or what have you on an every now and then basis, but beating all the good teams and win national titles under Urban.
True. It's a 1st and 10 from the 32 for Notre Dame. 4 receivers set to the top, to the bottom. Love back in the game. He's to the right of C.J. Carr. Love goes to the bottom of the screen. It's caught, and it is just absolutely gobbled up. That's a 4-yard loss.
You know me, Eric. I love a good wide receiver screen.
You and wide receiver screens, man. That is just...
I enjoyed that one more so than most.
I could tell. You were pretty happy to see Faison get, although he did get interfered with a little bit there. Defender got there before the ball did, but Faison still caught it. All right, here's Jordan Love to the left. He's going to make the first guy miss, spins off that tackle. Here comes a bunch of Navy midshipmen to wrap it up. Nice gain on 2nd down for Jordan Love, setting up a 3rd and manageable for the Irish.
That was the definition of gang tackle right there.
Yeah, it was.
I think we had at least 7 players in on that tackle.
They were making Jordan Love walk the plank there.
That fell short, Eric.
Yes, it did. I can acknowledge that. All right, here we go. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Wow.
From the 35. Love up the middle, off the first tackle, spins off of it to midfield. What a run by Jeremiah Love. My gosh, that was impressive. I think somebody woke up here right before halftime, Chris.
I'll just say this. That was some of the worst tackling I've ever seen. Aren't these guys supposed to be trained in hand-to-hand combat?
That was impressive. All the way to Navy 49. 2:33 to go. C.J. Carr steps back.
He didn't turn around.
Deep, going deep, and incomplete, and a flag comes out. I don't know. That was awful.
I thought that was...
That's kind of weak. have to see the replay. They're going to call pass interference on Navy. Ball was underthrown by C.J. Carr, and because of that, the receiver didn't turn his head.
If the receiver turns his head, that's totally different. But he might. I don't think that was a good call.
Yeah, it's pass interference by definition, but you just got to turn your head, bro.
Yep.
He turns his head. It's an incomplete pass.
But you know what? At the same time, better to give up 15 than the touchdown.
True that. 1st and 10 now from the 34 for Notre Dame. Man goes in motion. Handoff to Love. He's looking up the middle. We'll give him about 2 yards there, setting up we'll give it 3. We'll call it a second and long and second and 7, a long 7. Notre Dame trying to hurry up. Looks like they're trying to get one more play in before the 2-minute warning. Unless they're trying to get Navy to jump. They were trying to get Navy to jump. They didn't do it. They're disciplined. They're some of America's finest young men. Not going to make them do that. That'll get us to the 2-minute warning, Chris, as Notre Dame looks to go up 2 scores right before the half and take advantage of the middle 8 of this football game and probably try to put Navy away.
Yeah, and they would. They would 100% end this game if they get a touchdown here. I don't see any way Navy comes back from a 2-score deficit, Notre Dame having the ball coming out of the second half. This is just not a Navy team that's built to do that. They are not built to play from behind. So they need to really get a stop here. At worst, give up a field. Well, here's the thing. If you can hold them to a field goal, you got a 50-50 chance of stopping them from scoring. Because their field goal kicker sucks. There's no good way to put it. He sucks. So, I think that's got to be Navy's approach to this, is just keep them to a field goal attempt. Notre Dame, of course, conversely, they know what their special teams are, and they have got to get in there and really, push for this score. And I think the way to do it is to take advantage of that short passing game, Eric. I really do. They have been owning the field on that short passing game. Carr has 1 incompletion today. He is 8 of 9 for 132. He is putting that ball where he wants to pretty much at will.
We would like to thank all 549 new subscribers in the last month here at the College Huddle.
Wow.
Yep, 549 subscribers in the past month at this channel. 79,200 views this month here on the College Huddle. We became monetized on October 26th. And in that time period, Chris, which is just what is that? 5 and 8 is doing some quick math. Almost 2 weeks. So
Yep.
Tomorrow will be 2 weeks. During that time period, we have just absolutely had a phenomenal response from each and every single one of you who have found the College Huddle worth your time watching. We appreciate all of you.
So many great podcasts on this network, Eric.
Yeah,
So
86, not 26, 86 independent podcasts from coast to coast, including yours, Chris, the OHIO podcast.
Absolutely. And I've been very good through this first half, Eric.
You've done a great job. I appreciate that. 3 receivers set, 1 tight end off to the left. Notre Dame's got the ball on the 32. Chris is laughing. Something's going to good hit. Oh, just drop wide open and just
poor
dropped.
CJ Carr hits him right in the hands. That
Malachi
is a perfect
Fields
pass.
Just takes his eye off for a split second, looked to make the move before he secured the pass. And somewhere in Chicago, I hear John Kennedy throwing things and screaming, and a bunch of curse words are being flown around that basement in Chicago. 3rd and 8 from the 32. This is a big play for Notre Dame.
Come
And
on!
the ball wide open again and breaks the tackle to the 20, to the 15, inside to the 10, to the 5. What a play! Wow, Will Pauling makes a massive gain. Notre Dame will have first and goal from the 5, and Navy's having trouble tackling on this drive. 1, 2, 3,
They've had trouble
4.
tackling this whole game, Eric.
4 missed tackles. The last one didn't even get a hand on him. He just whiffed. Setting up a first and goal for Notre Dame. This is a big moment for the Irish. They go with a big set. 13, and it's a nice pass. That's a touchdown. Easy play. Nice play. Number 6 went back in motion. That's Jordan Faison. He goes back in motion, setting up like he's a tight end, and no one followed him when he came back out of the backfield on a nice little pass. CJ Carr hits him in stride. He cuts it up the field. Touchdown. Notre Dame. They're
It's
going to
almost
go
like
up
a little
2
pick
scores.
play there.
It was, yeah, because you got Faison going to the inside on a slant, and basically he was just setting a screen.
Yep.
Untouched goes Faison into the end zone, and Notre Dame is 1 extra point away from making it a 2-score game, a 14-point lead. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. True and through the middle. 21-7. Notre Dame takes a commanding lead over the midshipmen in South Bend, Indiana. Navy with a minute something left. Don't look for them to try to do anything here, to be honest with you. They're going to basically just run this thing, run the clock out, Chris, and go into halftime down 2 scores.
Well, that's because they've got a quarterback who can't throw the ball. I mean, you've got a minute and 42 seconds. You have they still have a timeout in their pocket. You know, that's normally plenty to make an attempt to move the ball downfield for most teams. But this is a team that cannot throw the ball. They are completely one-dimensional at this point. And, unless they can find a way to complete some passes and get some points on the board right here, I don't see this game as a game at this point. I think that Notre Dame has already secured the win unless they can find a way to get on the board before half.
Troy with the comment of the night. A QB that can't throw? I thought Michigan was on the bye.
This is definitely not Michigan because even though he can't throw, man, this quarterback for Notre Dame is running well.
34 people currently watching. We appreciate all of you who are doing so right now. We've got
CJ Carr's an ugly dude.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I mean, I'm no handsome devil to look at, but that's just a funny looking dude.
35 of you watching on 41 watching on YouTube. Please hit the like button if you don't mind. We would really appreciate if you would do so. Help get us out to more people as we call the game for you all live here on the College Huddle. Hang out in the chat. Talk a little bit with us. Nate Dog says, I knew Navy was going to lose this game. Notre Dame has always had their number. Nate Dog, who you rooting for tonight, man? Let us know. Randy Chester, Notre Dame using the freshman Schmidt on extra points today. 3 of 3 so far. Maybe found their kicker. Schmitter the kicker. Kicker the Schmitter. Yeah, that first one, he got it through there, but it was starting to hook a little bit.
It looked ugly.
Logan Levy, 5224. Thanks for the stream, fellas. Thank you, Logan. Appreciate that, man.
Make sure there you go. There you go. There you go. Get out there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we got a nice little quarterback keeper here for Navy. Cross midfield to the 40, to the 35. Whoa, big carry there on first down from Braxton Woodson. Well, Chris, I thought they were just going to run the ball and call it a day, but
Well, they ran the ball.
They ran the ball all right, but they put through four receivers out, and Notre Dame was absolutely worried about the throw. I don't know why Braxton hasn't completed one all game. Big run there by Woodson, setting up a 1st and 10 from the 34. Woodson now has 18 carries for 111 yards as he avoids the rush. He rolls out to the right, looking down the field, still looking. He's going to eat it, lose a yard. Back to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the midshipmen. 1:02 to go in the first half in the freezing rain there in South Bend, Indiana.
Tyler wants to know, Eric, since we are playing UCLA next week, he just wanted to make sure you knew that UCLA is in Los Angeles.
Yes, I was aware of that. Believe it or not,
Did you know that before Deshaun told you?
I did. Yeah, I did know that as well. All right, Woodson back, rush coming. They're setting up for a running back screen. He's going to get about 4 yards to the 32, setting up a 3rd down and 8 for the midshipmen. Actually was tackled from behind there. Good pursuit by number 4 by Notre Dame. Gets him on the ground before the rest of the Irish can wrap him up. Timeout taken by somebody. I'm assuming it was Notre Dame since Navy still has 2 timeouts remaining.
I'm not sure about that. Didn't they call 2 timeouts? I was sure they did.
That's what I thought, but the NBC showing 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. That's why I figured it was Notre Dame who took the timeout right there. Is Marcus Freeman thinking we stop him here and we have time to... Oh, or are they reviewing this for a fumble maybe? No, he held on to the ball, didn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully he wasn't injured.
Woodson is now 1 of 4 for 2 yards passing.
He's on a heater.
Oh, the heater, Ricky. 3rd and 8. Not a good position for Navy.
No, it's not. He's got 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Oh! He's got 2 receivers on each side. Chris is reacting. Something's going to happen. He steps back. He throws to the top. The ball's caught, and he goes out of bounds at the 15. 1st down.
It was a completed pass, Eric.
Navy for more than 2 yards. It's amazing. The midshipmen. Chris, get your keys out. They're driving.
Just no, don't even start that. It's because they didn't hold anything back.
50 seconds to go. Clock was stopped as the ball went out of bounds. It's a 1st and 10 from the Notre Dame 15. Navy putting some pressure on right here at halftime. Back to the triple option. The run goes up the middle, give them 2 yards. And Navy's trying to get him to move, trying to hurry it up. Under 38 seconds to go. Navy getting set up for 2nd down and 8. They have 2 receivers at the top, 2 to the bottom this time. Snap is back. He looks to the top, looks back. He's going to be swallowed up.
Notre Dame.
He's going to lose.
Oh, that's weak. Then they're laying on the quarterback so he can't get up.
Well, they got 2 timeouts left. They called it anyway, so it doesn't matter. They were trying to pass the ball again, but the offensive line didn't give them very much time. That right tackle got smoked one-on-one by the end. It wasn't even close. It was, thanks for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day. That was Navy's second time.
I don't think he is, Tyler, because he's got 108 yards rushing and a touchdown in the first half. Throwing the ball, they're probably equals.
Oh, I don't know about that, Chris. I'm pretty sure Underwood's better at throwing the football. Woodson is playing in a offense that suits him. Let's just be honest.
Yes, he is.
Let's just be honest about that. He's playing an offense that suits him, suits his skill set. He's running it really well for a freshman who's making his what I'm assuming is his first start. 3rd and 11,
Except
big
he's a
third down
junior, Eric.
here. Two receivers to the left, one at the top of the screen. Comes in motion, two backs behind him, splitting them. He's backpedaling, throws off his back foot, high, incomplete, dangerous throw over the middle. 19 seconds to go, 4th and 11, and Notre Dame is going to kick a field goal and try to make it 21-10 before halftime.
Can't throw off your back foot like that.
No, it was a bad pass.
He's got terrible, terrible mechanics.
Hey, he's a quarterback at Navy. I'm not so sure he's expecting to be the next pick in the NFL draft here. All right, here we go. Ball on the right hash. Bad snap. Fielded well. Hey, hats off to the holder there, Chris. That ball came out ugly
Yes.
from the center. He had to literally field yeah. Well, actually, that was not a bad snap. He just mishandled it.
Yeah.
Kicker stayed focused, puts it through the uprights. Nice job by Kirkwood, the kicker. And Navy gets one through to make it 10 points. 21-10, 15 seconds left before halftime.
Yeah, and I think obviously Notre Dame is going to be content to take this one and take the knee to go into half. They got the ball coming back the start of the second half, so. But I'll tell you, Eric, this is surprisingly the number of yards
Pretty
are
even,
not
isn't
that
it?
different between these two teams.
Yeah, it's pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 173 for Navy, and no, I guess Notre Dame's a little bit more. They got 223. Now I could have done that the easy way and just flipped over to the team graphic, but no, I went ahead and just did that math in my head.
Wow, that was a subtle flex right there by the school teacher. Oh,
Oh,
staring at old touchdown Jesus there with a nice little number 1 beside it somewhere. Somebody's Notre Dame with 12 seconds left against this Navy defense is just going to kneel it, take it into halftime.
yeah. No surprise there. I don't think that Freeman can be overly upset about this first half, but I definitely think he's got some things that need to be worked on. Navy, sadly, you can't fix a passing game at halftime. So I'm a little concerned about where they're going from here.
Well, they're going to absolutely have to get a stop coming out of halftime. If Notre
Yes.
Dame takes this thing down the field on Navy to start the second half, ouch, is all I can say.
Can I just say, Eric, and I've tried to keep my bias to a minimum, but that Notre Dame hat that Marcus Freeman has on is the ugliest hat I have ever seen in my life.
What? You
It
don't
is
like it?
absolutely hideous.
I like it.
I would buy that thing just to
Burn it?
defecate into it.
Jeez.
It is
Well,
awful.
we made it an hour and a half before Chris finally had to have his moment with Marcus Freeman. It finally took place, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, I have nothing against the University of Notre Dame. I just do not like Marcus Freeman. And the only thing I dislike more than Marcus Freeman is that stupid hat he's wearing.
Jeez. 393 people have checked in tonight here for our live stream. If you're currently watching us, we appreciate you doing so. Please hit the thumbs up. We really do appreciate that. Hit the like button. Hang around in the chat if you like. Chris, if you want to, we can head into halftime here and
Absolutely.
do some stats, do some scores from today. What would you like to do? I'll do the other. I'll take the one you don't want. So you just pick which one you like.
Well, I'll tell you what. How about if I go ahead and I'll do the college scoreboard and you can take the stats?
Sounds good. If you're ready to start, go for it.
I'm ready to go. Okay, in game's currently going on right now with 2:51 left in the fourth. Air Force is beating Eric's San Jose State team by a touchdown, 23-16. In the 4 minutes left in the third quarter, Wake Forest still up 10-9 on Virginia. Virginia, however, is driving at the moment. At the half, Louisville trails 17-13 to California. Clemson, at the start of the third quarter, has an 18-7 lead at Florida State. And in a game that's maybe closer than most expected with 2 minutes left in this first half, LSU trails Alabama 10-3, but does have the ball. Florida trails Kentucky 24-7. That is an ugly, ugly game. Go SEC. Things are just better here, clearly. Utah State up 34-0 on Nevada. And as you talked about, Eric, we are up 21. Notre Dame up 21 to 10 over my Navy midshipmen at the moment. Earlier today, we saw number 1 Ohio State win 34-10 versus Purdue. Number 2 Indiana survives the trip to Happy Valley, 27-24. Number 3 Texas A&M takes care of business, knocking out our buddy Skeeter's Missouri Tigers, pretty much done for playoff contention at this point. They are down. They lost 38. Wow, I can't see. 38-17. Georgia getting a little help from their usual friends in the pinstripes, but you know what? They didn't really need it all that much as they dominated 41-21 over the mighty 5-5 Mississippi State. Ole Miss, in a slobber knocker, survives the Citadel 49-0. Did you note the sarcasm there?
I did.
Texas Tech does just what I said they would do, and they just went and blew the doors off of BYU, proving the fraud that is BYU. 29-7, Texas Tech wins that one. Oregon, you talk about a game of survival. They outlast Iowa 18-16. Auburn falls just short against Vanderbilt, which means we have another week of listening to Diego Pavia tell us how great he is as Vanderbilt wins 45-38. Miami blast the Cuse 38-10. Washington falls to the Fighting Fickles by a score of 13-10. Wisconsin ending Washington's playoff hopes. SMU 45-13 over Boston College. West Virginia, just one more slap in the face to Coach Prime as the Colorado falls 29-22. James Madison takes care of Marshall 35-23. Southern Miss beats Arkansas State 27-21. Army outlasts Temple 14-13. Liberty falls to Missouri State by a score of 21-17. Eddie George has a rough day at Eastern Michigan as they lose 27-21. Rice beats UAB 24-17. Rutgers, one game from bowl eligibility, as Rutgers is 5-5 after beating Maryland 35-20. Delaware beats Louisiana Tech 25-24. Florida International absolutely annihilates Middle Tennessee 56-30. Jacksonville State 30-27 winners over UTEP. Charlotte falls to East Carolina by a score of 48-22. Florida Atlantic beats Tulsa 40-21. UConn beats Duke 37-34. Arizona beats Kansas 24-20. Iowa State 20-17 winners over TCU. Kennesaw State 24-21 winners over New Mexico State. Coastal Carolina 40-27 over Georgia State. North Carolina gets a win. Bill Belichick gets a win 20-15 over Stanford. And in the last of today's games that have completed, Louisiana 42, Texas State 39. Those are the scores from today, Eric. And you know what? I could cover the rest of the week, but I'm going to need to take a drink first because, man, it seems like every team that matters played today. And I got to say, I feel like every team that matters did play today. I can't think of a single good team that didn't play today.
Oh my goodness. Rutgers 5-5, huh?
5-5 Rutgers, yes.
Here's the remaining schedule. You ready? Saturday, November 22nd. So they get a bye next week. They're at Ohio State.
Loss.
Saturday, November 29th, at home. They host Penn State.
You know what? You could be looking. Um, Penn State now has to win out
Yeah,
to be
they've
bowl
lost
eligible.
6 in a row. Penn State is 0-6 in the Big Ten.
Yes, but they can still get bowl eligibility by winning out. Rutgers is 5-5. They're going to lose to Ohio State. This likely means that game, and let me pull up because you talked about Rutgers' remaining schedule. Let's take a look at Penn State's remaining
I got
schedule
it.
as well.
I got it. They are next week. They're at East Lansing, so they play Michigan State next week.
That's a winnable game.
Yes. Then they host Nebraska without Dylan Raiola.
Another potentially winnable game.
And then they go on the road at Rutgers to Piscataway, New Jersey to finish off the season.
I think both these teams come in 5-6.
Wow. That is crazy. And I remember talking with Larry Kay from the Night Watch, the Rutgers affiliate here at the College Huddle, and he said if we can find a way to go 6-6, it would possibly be Greg Schiano's greatest coaching achievement at Rutgers to date. And
Wow.
they're on the doorstep of doing that.
Yeah. And as we look, Notre Dame, this is really the last game on their schedule. And is it a game, at this point? But Notre Dame, a team that, and I know Notre Dame fans are not going to want to hear this, and this is something you and I argue about. What? They do have Pitt next week. Pitt is ranked 24th in the country. And they should be thankful for that because really, that is their only chance at a quality win moving forward. Well, I'm sorry. The committee, in order to get Notre Dame in, does have USC at 20.
Right.
But, your best claim to fame right now is a win over a number 20 USC team that will they still be 20 when this all ends up?
Well, USC plays Iowa next week. That's not
Yes.
going to be a gimme.
USC.
Tyler wants to know what Dylan texted me during the game. He only tweeted one thing. He didn't text me anything. He tweeted one thing during the game, and that was the following, and I quote, Ohio State is good at football. That was the only
Yes.
thing he texted or tweeted during the game.
So let's take while we're at the half here, Eric. Let's take a quick talk before you dive in, or you can dive into the stats first, and then we can come back and talk about it. But just the overall college football bowl picture right now.
Sure. Let's run through these stats real fast for you guys. Scores 21-10 Notre Dame at halftime. Notre Dame outscored the midshipmen in the first quarter 7-0 and in the second quarter as well 14-10. That's how we got to the 21-10 score. Looking at the team stats, Navy has 173 total yards, 19 passing, 154 rushing. 5.2 yards per play. 9 first downs. They are 2 of 6 on third down. They've ran 33 total plays. They've given up 1 sack. They've punted 3 times. They've had 3 penalties for 25 yards. No fumbles, no interceptions, and they've possessed the ball for 16 minutes and 24 seconds. Notre Dame, on the other hand, has 222 total yards, 164 passing, only 58 rushing thus far, 8.2 yards per play, 10 first downs, 1 more than Navy. 3 of 5 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth downs, They've had 27 total plays, 0 sacks allowed, and they've punted once. No penalties, no fumbles, and no interceptions, and they have possessed the ball for 13 minutes and 36 seconds. Individual stats, Navy first. Quarterback Braxton Woodson is 2 of 6 passing for 19 yards. He's also the game's leading rusher. 20 yards, 20 carries, 108 yards, 1 touchdown. Alex Texa has added 4 carries for 18 yards. Eli Hiddenrich is 1 carry for 15 yards. Joshua Guerin is 1 carry for 11. And Shane Reynolds, 1 carry for 2 yards. Eli Hiddenrich is also the leading receiver, 1 catch for 17 yards. And Texas got 1 catch for 2 yards. Nathan Kirkwood, 1 of 1 on field goals. It was a 33-yarder, and he is also 1 of 1 on extra points. For Notre Dame, CJ Carr is 10 of 12 passing, 164 yards, 1 touchdown. Jeremiah Love has carried the football 9 times for 42 yards and a tutty. It's good for 4.7 yard per. Jadarian Price, 5 catches, 17 yards, and a touchdown as well on the ground, 3.4 yards per carry. Malachi Fields is the leading receiver for the Irish, 4 catches, 97 yards in the game. Will Pauling, 2 catches, 29 yards. Jeremiah Love on the first third down of the game, 1 catch for 27 yards. And Jordan Faison, 3 catches, 11 yards, and a touchdown. The 1 sack from Notre Dame came from Junior Tua Halamaka with the 1 sack. We have on kicking, Eric Schmidt is 3 of 3 on field goals this game. Chris, those are your halftime stats.
Yeah, and Eric, again, both teams I think putting forth a good effort. The big difference here, obviously, the ability to have an effective passing game. Notre Dame is not running the ball a ton, but they are running enough to to make you play honest. And you can't focus on one side of the ball or one aspect of the game or the other. Whereas Notre Dame can pretty much put 7, 8 guys in the box all day long.
You can, but you also have to be very disciplined in that box. And so
Yes.
far, that's been the times that the Navy has gotten their big plays, there have been breakdowns defensively where guys have not been following their keys, staying disciplined, staying at home, making sure that they're taking care of their area. Like on that one where they got everybody going one direction and they flipped it to the receiver running the other direction and everybody was going the wrong way. Or right there before halftime when they had 4 receivers out wide and all of a sudden Notre Dame thought they were going to throw the ball for the first time in this game and the quarterback takes off running right up the middle and
Mhm.
gets 1 block and that's the key. The key to stopping a team that runs this much option is you have to stay disciplined. And for the most part, Notre Dame has done that today, but the times they haven't, Navy has caught them. Hudson Warpole says, my dad is at the game. That's cool, Hudson. Very cool. I hope he's staying warm. It looks like it's awful cold there in South Bend. Scott Carroll says, I'm thinking that Notre Dame at Pitt next week is a little tougher than Navy at home. Could be.
Should be.
Prince Keys says Navy comeback to win. He's calling
I
for
hope
a
you're right,
comeback.
Prince. I hope you're right.
Chris
Uh,
Chris Chris has been on Navy all year, man. Chris from day one said Navy's going to get to the college football playoff. They're going to be the G6 representative of the college football playoff. He's pulling for Navy big time tonight, especially with Memphis losing Friday night. The door's open for somebody to grab it. A Navy win in South Bend, Indiana, absolutely does that.
and Eric, I would be rooting for Navy right now against anybody. But
Except
the
for
fact,
Ohio State.
right, of course, except for Ohio State. But the fact that it's against Notre Dame is just like a bonus for me.
I figured it would be.
But
Is this some kind of special trophy they're playing for? Oh no, that's the
no, that's
Premier
the
League
Premier League
trophy.
Cup.
That is that's a sad trophy. I'm not gonna lie.
So, Eric, before we cut off to the stats I mentioned, the college football playoff.
Yeah, let's pull
And we
that
had our
open and
first
talk about
rankings.
it. Yeah, let's pull that open. That's the
I,
CFP
I've got it
rankings.
right here in front of me.
Okay.
So right now we have Ohio State at 1, Indiana at 2,
Okay.
Texas A&M 3, Alabama
Okay.
4.
Uh, Alabama at 4 could be the only one that you would be slightly be like, because that loss they had against Florida State is a bad loss, but
But
losing
who
it,
would you put in there in their place?
who's Ole Miss's loss against?
Let me take a look
Was
here.
it
Ole
Georgia? It
Miss,
was Georgia,
I
wasn't it?
believe it's Georgia.
So you can't put Ole Miss over Georgia because Georgia's got, and then Georgia lost to Alabama. So I guess you're right.
Yeah, I think Alabama is there. Georgia, I don't even like Georgia in the mix. I'm not going to lie. They have
They
been
get
bailed out by the officials in 3 different games this season. I have never ever seen this is worse officiating favoritism than what we see in the NFL with Kansas City and the
and Pat
officials there.
Mahomes.
Georgia is a mockery to even have them in here. But that being said, Georgia may also have the toughest road to stay in there. They have to play Texas, Charlotte, which is an easy win, and Georgia Tech. They have 2 top 16 teams in their last 3 weeks.
They get Texas at home.
And
They
then
have to.
Georgia Tech is basically a home game.
Isn't it a mutual site
It
game?
it's in Atlanta.
Yeah. So
So yeah, I mean it's a home game for both teams for all intents and purposes. Um so yeah, I mean to me, but I mean if you look at the other teams' schedules, Alabama has I believe it is Auburn. Do they have Texas as well?
no
No.
way.
They have Kentucky. No, they had Kentucky. I flipped
I
on
got it.
Auburn's schedule.
Hold
I
on.
had it right here. They have LSU tonight, Oklahoma next week.
At
Then
home,
their powerhouse, Eastern Illinois, because they always play a powerhouse the week before they play their
and
rival,
then Auburn at the Iron Bowl. Yeah.
and then Auburn. Um, Oklahoma is not as good as they like to rank them. Oklahoma is pretty good defensively, but offensively they are not near what uh, some of these other schools are.
BYU is going to take a fall at 7.
BYU's going to drop out of the top 12.
Texas Tech's going to move up to 7. Oregon's going to move up to 8. Notre Dame's going to move up to 9 unless they get shocked tonight. Texas is going to move up to 10. Oklahoma's going to move up to 11. And then I think BYU slides to 12 because they have the win over Utah, and Utah is currently at 13. And then you've got Virginia and Louisville sitting there.
And Virginia is in danger right now.
Yeah,
And
Virginia's in
Louisville's in
danger.
danger right now.
Don't sleep on SC at 19, Michigan at 21. Michigan's going to take a little bump here. Iowa's going to drop after losing to Oregon, although they played a whale of a game, but they're 6-3, so they're not going to be anywhere there. And then Notre Dame better be careful because sitting at 24 is 7-2 Pitt, wanting to make a move into the ACC upper echelon as
And
well.
and my argument is here, Eric, and this is I still have problems with Notre Dame being in there. And I understand the argument about they've got 2 good losses, and you're right. But I still think a bad win is better than a good loss. And they don't have any premium wins as of yet. To me, I don't have an issue with the 2 good losses. I have an issue with 2 good losses and no premier wins. So that's where my concern comes with Notre Dame being in there. Do I think they are one of the 12 best teams in the country? Yes, I do. But I think that the committee, oh, nice.
All right, Notre Dame starts with the football. They fumble it and throws it down the field and almost gets it intercepted. That's how the second half starts after uh, the kick went through the end zone and Notre Dame got the ball to start off at the 35. Jeremiah Love actually knocked that out of his hand when he went to fake it, and just a bad. Everything was bad on that play. It was all bad.
I mean, I know Notre Dame has been having success throwing the ball, but as the weather continues to worsen, I really think they need to lean on that run game.
I would think so too. This is going to be a handoff to Jeremiah Love. Let's just call it like it is. There ain't no way it's not going to be. There's Love. He's dancing in the backfield. He makes the first couple guys miss. Actually gets a yard after being wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of one. Give him props for actually getting some
Yeah.
positive yardage. Setting up a 3rd and long now. 3rd and 9 for the Irish. Some bad blocking there by the offensive line for Notre Dame, man. Doing a lot of bending and reaching. 2nd and 9, man in
That is a
motion.
bad angle. Oh, I got ahead of you. I'm going to pause a second.
Yeah, there's a reception pass all the way to midfield to the 48, and again, it's so easy for Notre Dame on these little like 5-6 yards, just sits down, and the cornerback was too far off. Terrible tackling, breaks a tackle, easy first down. I would just keep running that over and over and over.
Yeah, until they can stop it.
I mean, they have shown zero desire, the cornerbacks at Navy, that is, that have shown zero desire to want to come up on press coverage. I mean, there's just nothing there. Love in the backfield wrapped up again. That's a lot. He's still on his feet, Chris. He broke the tackle. He's running down the sideline to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. Touchdown Notre Dame. Was he down? It looked like Notre Dame thought they had him knocked down. It looked like he kept his feet. This might be a touchdown.
The funny thing is, I was watching the screen up above you, and it had signaled the touchdown before our snap.
Let's see what happens here. One, he makes the first guy miss. Here comes the gang tackle. He actually lands on the tackler. Never hit the ground. What a run by Jeremiah
right back
Love.
Onto his feet. That is a touchdown. And that is why I say he is underappreciated in the Heisman talk. Right there. He is not only a good, tough player, he is a smart player.
My goodness. What a run. Notre Dame goes up 28-10, and Chris, I think that might have been the ball game.
That was the ball game.
Wow, what a run. Play the game.
And if I am Navy, I am hiring a new defensive coordinator tomorrow morning.
The tackling for Navy's not been good.
The tackling is hideous.
Not been good at all.
Right now, this defense is the reason they are losing. The corners are playing way back. They're missing tackles, taking bad pursuit angles. This defense, I mean, they are great. If Notre Dame, if they are running a straight up the middle run at you, they are very good. Navy is at stopping it. But if it's anything other than that, Navy cannot defend it.
You got to feel, if you're a Navy fan, man, that felt like a dagger, dude. You had the guy wrapped up in the backfield. First off, he made the first guy miss by spinning off the first tackler. You had 3 guys there bring him to the ground, and yet he keeps his balance, and all 3 guys just gave up because they thought he was down, and he never touched the ground. Kudos to the officials, Chris, for not blowing the whistle there. Actually having eyes on the play and not, having quick triggers on the whistle and blowing the play dead, letting the play actually go through its entire process. And like you said, hats off to Jeremiah Love for being a smart football player and knowing the situation there. And
And he never let any part of his body hit the ground, and that was the key.
yeah,
Because if you're getting rolled like that, and even if an elbow hits the ground, you're down when you're
right.
being rolled like that. He made sure no part of his body hit the ground. That was just great football from a very good, very smart football player. And if you talk about him, and again I say very, very underappreciated in the Heisman race. He came into this game with just under 800 or just under 900 yards, 894 yards rushing. Right now, with what he has done in this game, he's at nearly 100 yards. So this guy is, quickly approaching, should probably bust 1,000 yards on the season in this game. And I haven't looked at the latest Heisman odds, but he should be one of the top 3 or 4 guys, and he's not even being talked about.
He should be the number one running back talked about, in my opinion. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a quarterback popularity contest trophy, which is why I hate it. I wish the Heisman was more about who is actually the best player in college football and not about who's the best, most popular quarterback in college football. That is what it's become, and it's a shame. There's a kick by Notre Dame. It goes through the end zone, touchback. Navy is last. I was at 3 possessions in a row. They've given up touchdowns now, or 3 out of the
yeah,
last 4, anyways. The Navy defense is hurting, man. And you gotta feel bad for the Navy offense because every time you catch your breath and you look up, your defense has given up 7 more points. And
yeah,
and
and
and offensively, Navy has played a whale of a game so far.
yeah. Offensively, they've done a great job. Yeah, as of right now, Jeremiah Love is one
All right, there's
10th in the Heisman race.
Navy gets the snap, run up the middle by Woodson. He's going to get 4. It'll set up a 2nd and 6 for the midshipmen. Jeremiah Love is one of 2 Notre Dame players with back-to-back 15-plus total touchdown seasons in program history. The other one was Alan Pinkett in 1983
Mm-hmm.
and 1984.
Alan Pinkett, I believe, went on to a nice career with the Houston Oilers, if I remember correctly.
Who later
I think
became the Tennessee Titans. Here we go. Navy hands it all up the middle. He's going to get 1. Give him 2 more yards. Let's see where they spot the ball there. It'll be a 3rd and 5 at the least.
I believe Jeremiah Smith may now also, or Jeremiah Love may also now be 1 touchdown behind Jerome Bettis on the career touchdown list at Notre Dame.
The bus, huh?
Yeah, I believe the bus is 3rd, maybe 4th for career rushing touchdowns, and
3rd and 5, Navy passing the football. He's got the open man, and Chris, they ran a route short of the first down. Hendricks catches the ball. He gets 3 yards and two
you
yards
got to go for
short.
it.
2 yards short of the first down marker.
I don't care where you're at on the field. As bad as you sucked right now, you got to go for it. You at least got to go out and try to draw them off sides.
4th and 2. Clock is ticking. And they are going for it. And the Notre Dame defense is trying to get the crowd behind him here. 12 of 18 on 4th downs this year are the midshipmen. Here comes the option. It's a triple option. Out to the left. He's not going to get it, Chris. He is a yard short. Notre Dame stops him. Notre Dame ball on the 34-yard line. It's officially over.
Yeah. Yeah, this game is just nothing short of an embarrassment at this point.
in the chat right now, we've got Mland142 says go Irish with the Shamrocks. He's really enjoying him or her. I don't know who Mland is. Enjoying this game from an Irish standpoint. Troy says he loved the Oilers jerseys when he was young. I did too, by the way.
Yeah,
Those
they
were
were sharp.
sweet.
The white jerseys with the baby blue
And the red.
and the red. I had me a Warren Moon jersey.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he was great. He was a great quarterback. It's just too bad that he didn't spend his entire career in the NFL because the records he would have.
Did he start in AFL first?
Yeah, he started. I think he was CFL, if I'm not mistaken, originally.
CFL?
Yeah, yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, they did have Earl Campbell, and you had to love Earl Campbell. Yeah, he was in the CFL initially, and he played. Let's see here. Let's see if it's got it listed here. They do not list his CFL number. I was kind of curious what his CFL numbers were and how long he played there. But yeah, he played with the Edmonton Eskimos in the Canadian League.
Oh, the old Eskimos, eh?
Yeah,
Hey, what was the name of the field they played on? The Igloo?
I don't know.
It's a terrible dad joke. It's a terrible dad joke.
You're
Igloo
falling short.
Stadium. Mika asked why I'm so red. I don't know why. When I put on a
Is your
color,
sugar 700 right now?
when I put on a colorful background, my camera all of a sudden, because of the green screen, thinks that I should be red for some reason. But trust me, Mika, I am very, very pale. Don't you worry.
So, Eric, I got to ask.
Okay.
We were talking about the Heisman. What are your thoughts? Who is your odds-on favorite right now to win the Heisman?
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza. He had a
See,
Heisman. He had a Heisman moment today.
here's the thing. I don't see it.
He doesn't have the numbers that Julian Sane does. If you're going to go straight numbers, you got to go Julian Sane, I think.
And
But
that's the direction I would go. And if you're not going numbers, if you're going on everything else, it's probably Ty Simpson.
Notre Dame just scored a touchdown on the very first play of scrimmage after getting the turnover. Nice pass from C.J. Carr. That was to number 11. Let me get my handy dandy sheet here. I don't even have him on the sheet. So that's somebody who we didn't even write down.
Number 11 is redshirt sophomore wide receiver K.K. Smith.
Way to go, KK. It is turned into a route, Chris. And this was what I was a little bit worried about, was this game becoming a route.
And I really had hopes for the midshipmen. I don't think they are as bad as they are playing. I think a lot of it has to do with, and not that, let's be honest, not that Braxton Woodson has had a terrible game, but Horvath, a much better passer, I think probably, if he was in this game, I think it is a different game. I don't know how much of a different game, but I definitely think it's still a closer game. But honestly, you can't put this one on the offense. This has been terrible defense from the midshipmen, pretty much from the opening kick. They had what, one stop, two stops,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think they've had one stop. It was the second drive of the game for Notre Dame. They stopped them, made them punt, and since then Notre Dame's scored every single time since then. And although Navy's had a couple good drives where they've got the clock moving to try to keep the game close, It's not been good enough to do that, and Notre Dame is running away with this thing now. And at this point, Chris, it's just a matter of what do we want to talk about, because talking about this game from this point on, it's going to be tough to do.
Almost seems pointless.
It does.
You know, I can't even stomach it. It's that bad. And the worst part is that Marcus Freeman's going to get a win.
Oh, Chris. You and your hate for Marcus Freeman, it's something else, man. It's taking on a world of its own. It really has.
I just, what can I say? He's one of those people I just can't stand the sight of. And again, the only thing worse than the sight of Marcus Freeman is the sight of that stupid hat.
I liked the hat. I liked it.
What is
First,
good about it?
first
What
and
is
10
good
from the
about that
25 for
nasty green hat?
Navy. There's going to be a loss of 1 on the handoff as he went to the right-hand side. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 24. Look at that beautiful thing. It's so green. It's like lush. It's lush. It's springy.
Looks like something that came out of a baby's diaper.
Springtime green, man. Makes you think of warm days.
Looks like something that came out of a baby's diaper, dude. Seriously
Uh,
does.
if that's the color of what comes out of a baby's diaper, I gotta ask, what's that baby eating? 2nd and 11 as Woodson goes to the right. He's gonna lose the football. It's fumbled. Things are just turning from bad to worse. This is a big loss. Nice tackle by Notre Dame as he gets in the backfield. That hand got that loose ball that Woodson was holding away from his body. It stumbles away, and number 46 was able to recover it right away, but
There, I think, is going to be some shakeups in this top 25 by the CFP, Eric, because,
you think so?
well, Wake Forest is still in the lead in the fourth quarter, up 13-9. Cal still leads by a touchdown over Louisville at the start of the fourth quarter.
He had a first down and dropped it. Just in his hands, out of his hands, punt time. And at this point, I think Notre Dame is 1 touchdown away from saying it's time to put in the backups.
I don't know why they haven't already.
It's only 25 points.
It's only 25 points against a team that averages 14 points a game. Actually, not even Navy's that bad.
Here's the punt. He's had a good job punting. And this one's going to be fair caught at the 49-yard line. That's where Notre Dame will take over this drive, leading 35-10. And NBC is going to go to commercial. Pay those bills, baby.
So, Eric, we saw the close call with Indiana at Penn State today. We saw a dominating performance by Texas A&M over a ranked opponent. Do we think there's any chance that there's a flop between 2 and 3?
No. No, because they're going to
Do
get
you think the Big
they're
Ten
going to
is
get the
really getting
credit
that
of the
much
doubt
love?
that they're going to get the credit of the doubt that they did it in Happy Valley against a game Penn State team who's reeling. And how they did it is going to be considered effective.
You don't think that they don't have to give some credence to the fact that that's the 6th loss in a row by Penn State?
No, because I think Penn State, as far as a program, as far as a roster right now, still, like, ranking wise in recruiting, Penn State had a better roster today than Indiana. They're just not a better football team right now.
Well,
So
and I agree with that, but I think you rank the football team. You don't rank the roster. You don't rank
right,
the recruiting
which
class.
is why Indiana's 2. So they're going to get the credit of they're going to get the credit of the doubt that they beat a really good roster, but they were the better team, and how they won was impressive on the road. I mean, do they not say the same things for SEC teams?
Well, and I know that to me, and I think that's going to come into play. I think the SEC bias comes into play here. I think you look at this and I think you see a Texas A&M team that goes on the road and beats a number 22 Missouri team. They do it convincingly versus an Indiana team that goes on the road and ekes by a 6-loss Penn State team. I mean, to me, and again,
that's a Missouri team who lost their starting quarterback. Okay, so offensively, they're a shell of who they were.
it's a Penn State team that lost its starting quarterback.
Exactly. So how can you sit there and tell me that Texas A&M's win was somehow better than Indiana's?
Because if you
Just because it
look at
was
the
by more
number
points.
beside the ranking,
But
you know that's.
you're
I'm coming
comparing
at you with the SEC argument, Eric. That's what I'm doing.
you're comparing Missouri to Penn State, and that's the unfair comparison.
Okay, but you're comparing a 6-3 team to a 3-6 team.
A 6-3 team that lost its starting quarterback and is going to fall off the planet now.
And I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with what you're saying. Missouri is going to end up in the toilet. They'll probably stay bowl, or they're bowl eligible now. That's probably all they're going to be. Is they're going to end up 6
or 7-5,
maybe a 7-5. They've got Oklahoma, they got Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Arkansas left. I can see them losing probably 2 out of those 3.
All right, call them 7-5. Penn State could be 7-5 when it's all said and done too.
No, they can't because they've lost 6 games.
Sorry, 6-6. But they can be bowl eligible and at 6-6. They can win those last 3 games. We laid it out.
We
Rutgers
did.
Rutgers is their toughest game left.
And I'm not sure Rutgers doesn't beat him since it's at Rutgers, to be honest.
But that you can't foreshadow and base your current rankings on foreshadowing.
But you just wanted to do that with a Missouri team that's going to fall off the rails.
Touche. I mean, I was making the statement, but so you would put A&M at 2 over Indiana.
Would I personally? My Big Ten bias wants to say no, but if I step back and look at it, I probably do. If I'm on the CFP, I probably do.
Let me put it to you this way. As an Ohio State fan, who would you rather play in the college football playoff if you want to guarantee a win?
Oh,
would
Indiana.
you rather play Indiana or would you rather play A&M?
I'd rather play Indiana than A&M.
So then A&M should be number 2 on your rankings.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of it comes down to the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. To me, I think Ohio State, Ryan Day, I think, would feel more comfortable against an Indiana team he's beaten.
Well, it's like Curt Cignetti said when he was interviewed today, and they asked him, Indiana had never won it in Happy Valley before, and he said, "Yeah, but that's not this team."
And that's true.
Last year's
Although
Indiana
this team almost didn't win either.
This is true, but last year's Indiana is not this year's Indiana. 3rd down and 4, they handed off to Love. No, was that Price or Love?
That's Price.
Price, he gets the first down, running behind his blockers on the left side, gets about 7-8 yards. First down, Notre Dame. And that, my friends, right there, that is snow.
Yes.
That
and
rain.
It's all coming our way tomorrow night, and we want it heavy. We want that freezing rain coming down Sunday night, and we want snow coming down Sunday night.
Chris wants to wake up on Monday and give me a text and say, "Buddy, I am home today. Let's do some podcasting."
Yes. Yes, we
That's pass interference. Oh my gosh. CJ Carr underthrows the ball quite a bit, doesn't he?
He does. That wasn't Carr though, was it?
Yeah, that's Carr. That poor guy's ears look so red. The ref, he is cold.
Oh, he deserves it. Troy, I absolutely do want a snow day tomorrow. I'm not gonna, or Monday. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that not Carr? Did they take CJ Carr out already?
No, it's Carr.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like him.
There's no reason in this weather that CJ Carr or Jeremiah Love should be in the game.
Ah, this is good springtime weather there in South Bend. 1st and 10 from the 18. The handoff to Price. He's going to the right side. There's a first down as he gets tackled in about the 7-yard line. Nice 11, 12-yard carry there on first down. Sets up 1st and goal for the Irish. What's next week's schedule look like? Let's take a little.
Let's take a look at next week, because I'll tell you what, next week to me, Eric, has got to be better than this week was for me.
Well, if we're going to do another game watch here in the college huddle, it'll have to be early in the day. Keep that in mind.
Yes. Okay, schedule. Week number 12. We have, we got, we ought to consider some Tuesday night action.
Oh, that sounds like a plan.
Ohio and Kent State.
Don't love that matchup.
No, it's Kent State Akron. And that's a big rivalry game. Most schools
it's a rivalry game. It's literally it'll be you and me and nobody else watching that game. I promise you.
Wednesday, what do we got? We got Toledo at Miami of Ohio, Buffalo at Central Michigan, and nothing there.
Touchdown Notre Dame.
Clemson at Louisville and Minnesota at Oregon next Friday.
Clemson at Louisville, and what was the other one?
Minnesota at Oregon. That could be a good game.
Nah, Oregon's gonna blitzkrieg them.
Coming fresh off of their win, looking to start a streak, you got Wisconsin at number 2, Indiana. You got South Carolina at A&M. Notre Dame at Pitt might be the game of the early games, Eric.
It might be 2 weeks in a row for the Golden Domers, man.
Michigan visits Northwestern.
I don't hate Clemson at Louisville.
I don't either. There's a lot of good Dabo Sweeney jokes to be made. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, the early slate of games is awful. You've got the Pitt, Notre Dame, and South Carolina, Texas, and Wisconsin, Indiana are probably the 3 best of the early games. Those mid games, we've got look out, you got North Texas, who may be in the mix for the playoff contention now, with Memphis and Navy both going down.
Yeah, but North Texas lost to South Florida though. So if you're gonna say that, then South Florida's gonna get the nod over them.
But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the AAC, aren't they?
South Florida's got 2 losses.
2 losses.
Yeah, but one of them is to Miami. So
but
they have one conference loss.
Yeah. Anyhow, let me flip back to my schedule here. The 3:30 game, I like the USC or Iowa at USC. Oklahoma at Alabama. Utah visits Baylor. I'll tell you what.
Llama 554. Hello from Annapolis. Go Navy. Welcome in.
Yeah, Llama, let me tell you, I was with you with the Go Navy. I don't know how much more of Navy I can stand to watch right now.
C-Butt 182. Can I get 3 more receiving yards from Love, please? I doubt it. I think the first string offense.
Love is going to be done, and so is your parlay. Georgia, Texas, 7:30 tomorrow or next week, opposite our game, of course.
Well, here's the thing. I've given YouTube 2 weeks now to get this straightened up. I gotta imagine that by week 3, if they still don't have it straightened up, I'm gonna have to make a change.
Make a change with what?
Fubo.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's gonna be a game, man.
What channel is Notre Dame Pitt on?
I'm gonna say it's probably NBC, isn't it? Let's see here.
Well, Pitt's ACC, so that
Notre
could
Dame
be
Pitt is
ESPN.
ACCN.
ACC Network?
Yes,
Do I even have that? Now I gotta look.
I'll tell you here in a second. I can pull up my feed and see.
Okay.
Oh wow, the snow's really coming down.
Yeah, Chris is getting super excited. He's like, "Come on, south."
Well, I think they were supposed to get 5 to 8 inches of snow over there, though. We're supposed to only get like 1 to 3 here. Well, where's my? There it is. YouTube TV.
Chris Ash barking out his defense, who's given up -6 yards in the second half. Navy has been going backwards and ever since halftime. Well, there's a forward. There's 7 yards. They're positive now. They'll give him 8. Positive for the half now by 2 yards. Be third and short. Or second and short. That was first down. 2nd and 2 for the midshipmen, down 32, just under 6 minutes to go in the quarter.
Notre Dame is not on YouTube TV next week.
So ACC Network is owned by Disney as well too, huh?
Let's see here.
3 yards by the quarterback. They have a new quarterback in, by the way, Chris. Woodson
ACC
had.
is owned by ESPN.
There you go. So Notre Dame, if we were to go ahead and get Fubu and call the game, we might get a huge number of Notre Dame people checking out the game with us.
Well, I'm all for that. Yeah, that's. We'll have to. You have to make sure to go over to the Always Irish with your buddy John and drop the fact that we'll be doing a game watch on there.
Well, we'll see what happens this week.
But I'll tell
Second,
you,
second down and 7 for Navy. He's going to fake the handoff, follow the lead blocker for 3 more yards, and make it a third down and long 4.
Jackson Gutierrez, the new quarterback, sophomore out of San Antonio, Texas, John Jay High School. This is his first action of the season.
Just over 4 minutes left in the third quarter. It's 3rd and 4 for Jackson. And he keeps it, gets a first down. Oh, we got some extracurricular happening after the play between Navy and Notre Dame. A lineman and a defensive lineman got tangled up there, and
Grab the field chair! Grab the field chair!
oh shoot, wrong sport, Chris. You know how those quarterbacks have those little hand warmer things? I call them fanny packs. The defender grabbed that pretty good, and he goes down by the fanny pack. 4
Let's hope
rushes,
that's what he was
23
grabbing at.
yards for Gutierrez in his first action of the season. He's going to hand it off. He should have kept it. That play went backwards. Loss of 2 for Chapman. It'll be 2nd down and 12. 3 minutes to go in the quarter.
This is painful to watch, Eric.
Do you think if Jackson Gutierrez gets hurt, that the defensive player would say, "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson"?
Don't ever do that again.
I'm for
Man.
real. I am for real.
Well, no, knowing the cocky Notre Dame players, probably.
Oh, Chris, now you're just low. That was low. He fakes the handoff. He's going to follow it again. He's going to get those 2 yards back and one more, setting up a 3rd and 9. Jackson with 3 more yards on this drive. 2:20 to go in the quarter.
Do a quick search around the scores. Let's see here.
What's that Virginia score? That's the one I'm most interested in.
Got money on that one, Eric?
No, I didn't bet on anything today. I ran your show for you this morning. I quickly realized I need to listen to you and not make any advice.
Virginia is still, well, there we go, still on 13-9. That game has 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Wake Forest has the ball. Cal
Wow.
has now tied at 23 with 10 minutes left in the fourth. They are 4th and 9 on their own 26. They're probably going to be punting that one, I'd imagine. LSU with the ball trails by 11 with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
LSU's cooked. Who's the next coach at LSU?
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
I told you I want him to actually go to Penn State. That way we'd have a guaranteed win still every year.
He ain't leaving Notre Dame.
No, I don't think so either.
Do you think Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss? And if you do, let's see here. Nebraska up 7-0 on UCLA. UCLA just scored to tie it at 7 early in the second quarter in that one. I want to see UCLA win that game so they come into the shoe next week at 4-5.
Lane Kiffin is the candidate they want. I also think if they had their way, it'd be either him or Joe Brady. I like Joe Brady.
Joe Brady's not coming back to college football.
He's
made that perfectly clear multiple times. I had a guy tell me he had lunch with him and Joe Brady was laughing about his name being brought up. That he's like, I do not want to recruit. I have a great life in the NFL. I have a great family. I am not leaving this for no life. That was literally what I was told.
And I can see that. Obviously again, Lane Kiffin, probably the guy they want more than any. But, I maybe Joe Summerall from Tulane might be somebody.
Yep, that's who I think they might end up with. Of course, Ed Orgeron said, I'll go back and coach Tigers. I'll do it.
Yeah. Farmer Fran.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and again, other guys that might be on this, obviously, there's been speculation, and I truly think there's nothing to it, to be honest. I obviously think that Nick Saban's happy where he's at, but there has been speculation last week.
No way.
I don't see it happening. I don't think Lane Kiffin leaves, honestly. I just feel like, he's got a good thing going at Ole Miss. But this is a good way to get somebody to back up the truck for him if he doesn't want to go.
So if he leaves,
then who goes to Ole Miss?
Do you think he is? Steelhead says, "What is happening? I literally have rant on this. It is 42-10 Notre Dame. They have the ball, and it is now the end of the third quarter, and they just got a first down. So on like Navy's 32
Yeah,
yard
the
line.
Navy defense is non-existent. They play defense like they belong in the Big 12.
Yeah, Zach Carr is definitely done. Sorry, I didn't see this a couple minutes ago. I should have been checking. Steve says it's time to get rid of the defensive coordinator. He's killing this team, gives up too many yards. Chris agrees with you.
I said that earlier on. I said before we even get off the team bus back in Annapolis, I would have this guy have his office packed for him. Uh, yeah, but I'm thinking John Summerall is probably the next guy at LSU. Um,
Well, if Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, it's for LSU. It's not for Florida. I'm convinced
no.
of that.
What are you thinking? I know there was some rumors out there of Franklin going to Virginia Tech. I think that would be a easy job for Franklin, but I also think that Franklin could be a guy that would be in the running for that Florida job.
Yeah. Alex, the backup quarterback, is already in for both teams, Alex. Yeah, we're already on second string, second teamers for Notre Dame offense and defense. And the third string quarterback for Navy at this time.
Do you think Eli Drinkwitz is going to go anywhere, or do you think he's just going to get rich?
I think he's going to get rich. I think the same thing. I think his agent is throwing his name out there to simply make Missouri pony up even more, and he's already got a good contract. He's at like $9.5 million, I think. So he's not that far away from 11. He's going to be the next $11 million coach.
Do we think there's any? I know you're not big on this Eric, but do you think Jeff Brom is changing addresses?
No,
I I, I still have this inside track that
if
he may be the
if he
best.
goes to Penn State, that is the wrong hire for Penn State. That is the wrong hire. I'm telling you, it is.
But it may be the best available hire of what's out there.
It's not. It's not. I will sit here and pound the table. Pat Fitzgerald is the best
And
hire for
I
Penn
don't
State.
disagree with you, but I also think there's a stigma to him right now.
There
Not
is.
unfairly.
It
I think
is.
it's
It's unfair.
unfairly, but I think there's a stigma with him right now that's going to keep some of your major programs, especially ones who have been involved in scandals of some sort in the past, from jumping on him.
I could see Iowa taking him if
I could definitely see Iowa take him.
if Ferentz retires. I definitely think that Iowa would jump on him. He's a perfect coach for Iowa. I think he's a perfect coach for Penn State. If he would he would right the ship there, and he would steady the waters, calm everything down, get them back to 8, 9 wins right away, and then start building the foundation for a good program that will win 10, 11, 12 games every single year, compete for college football playoffs every single year. And then, just like he did in Northwestern, once every 4 years, he would have a championship level team, which is
Eh,
what Penn State is.
Yeah,
If they have a national championship level team every 4 to 5 years, that's the best I think Penn State can ask for. Under James Franklin, they never got to that. This year was
right.
supposed to be that year, and they fell flat on their face because he couldn't handle the pressure. Now, I think James Franklin is a great fit at Florida.
I like Franklin at Florida. I like the idea of oh South Carolina. What's the oh Dad coached at Virginia Tech.
Oh, Beamer?
Beamer. I like the idea of Beamer to Virginia Tech, honestly.
All these people in the chat talking stats, how much money they had on stats. I never bet stats, dude.
Yeah,
Never.
I don't either.
Who
I'll bet
are
lines all day long, but I do not bet stats.
Let's go back to the Heisman talk. If the Heisman Trophy was truly about who the best players in college football are, It would be Jeremiah Love and Jeremiah Smith, and who else?
I know you're gonna think I'm crazy. Arguably, Caleb Downs could be a top. He'd be a top 5 guy.
He'd be top 5.
Um, uh, man,
I mean, I think if you're asking me who the best
maybe,
two,
maybe. I mean, I think you have to. I think you still have to keep. I think you got to keep Sand in the mix. You got to keep Sand in the mix. He is the best quarterback in the league right now.
hmm,
Um, argument for Mendoza? I don't know. I know you like Mendoza for his Heisman moment today.
I
Ryan
don't
Williams is not.
I'm just telling you
I think
as
Darnell
a
Tate's better than
voter,
Ryan Williams.
as a voter, that's what they look for. That's why I said that. He's he is, according to the NFL scouts that I have spoke with, he's the number one quarterback in next year's draft currently.
Well, yeah, because Julian Sand can't come out.
But I'm just telling you that's what I was told.
I think that was a suplex there by number 95. Little belly to back suplex dropping Notre Dame's player on his head. Um, no, okay, let's do a top 5 here. We both agree Jeremiah Smith, Jeremiah Love both belong in the top 5.
Yes, agreed.
Uh, we both said Caleb Downs is probably a top 5.
Agreed.
I honestly, and my bias is
That
going to show, I think
that
Cardinal
Navy
is
player is
top 5.
so far off sides. Oh my gosh. Are you watching the game?
Yeah.
Okay, that Navy player was a whole
Oh,
yard
yeah.
off
Yard
sides.
off sides.
Oh, breaks the tackle. He's gone. Notre Dame is about to add 6 more. 48-10. And the Notre Dame students are taking their shirts off in the snow.
And that is sophomore Aeneas Williams,
Good for
who
him.
had coming into this game had 6 carries for 30 yards all season.
Good for him. He busted that one off, and it was to the house.
He just doubled his production for the season on 1 carry.
Yeah, he did. 60 yards. Gone. He was untouched, bro. Extra point away from
I think
making
this
this a 39-point lead, and the person who was saying I need this to be 38 is now happy because there it is.
Come on, Air Force. Or come on, Air Force. Come on, Navy. Come on, Air
Oh,
Force. Let's get in
jeez.
here and play for Navy.
Zach says, "What about the Texas A&M QB?"
Yeah, he's solid. I don't think he is. I don't think Marcel Reed is a top 5 QB though right now. Even he might be top 5. I think the 3 best are Julian San Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and I think then at 4 comes an argument between 3 guys, maybe even 4 guys, with Marcel Reed, Gunnar Stockton, Diego Pavia, and Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. I think there's a big separation between the top 3 and the next ones. And
I
honestly, I think
agree.
there's a separation between number 1 and number 2 and 3.
I agree that there's definitely this Heisman race is definitely down to 3 people at this point. 3 quarterbacks.
Yes.
2 of them play each other head to head, hypothetically, as long as they continue to win. Indiana and
Well,
Ohio
FanDuel's already got the odds up for it, so
which I hate. I hated when you announced that earlier today. I was like, "Oh gosh, don't jinx this, man." And then they almost did because Indiana almost took the L in Happy Valley.
but
So
you
they
know what?
almost jinxed it.
I would have loved to have seen that.
I know you
Because you
would have.
have to imagine at that point,
You're like
as long
Vader.
as it's not a blowout, you could have conceivably seen back-to-back weeks with Ohio State and Michigan.
You You and Vader are in love with chaos in college football.
I do love some. As long as chaos doesn't affect Ohio State, I love
Yeah,
chaos.
yeah. The more chaos there is, the more it helps Notre Dame out. Yes, agreed.
Well, obviously, but that's the last team I want to help out.
Where's Notre Dame going to end up? Are they going to be? They're going to get a home game when this is all said and done. They're going to
Well,
be
yeah,
somewhere
because
between 6, 7, or 8.
because the team that I'm gonna pull an SEC out here for you, Eric, because the teams that are actually tough enough to play in conferences are going to beat each other up.
Oh Lord, here we go with the conference thing. Um, okay. I don't care where they end up as long as Notre Dame in the second round plays Indiana in the second round. I sign me up for that rematch, dude.
I would love to see that. I would
I
love
would.
to see that. If your friends over in South Bend are going to make it back in, which I still contend at this point they shouldn't. But even if if they are going to make it back in, I would love to see them play Indiana. I would love to see Signetti get another shot at them. Um, and I'll tell you, this Notre Dame is very good against bad teams. But as we've seen, the teams that have equal or greater talent this year have actually beat them.
Well,
And I think you look at an Indiana team that I think is, and this hurts me to say as well, Indiana is a well coached team. There is no more denying that Signetti was just a fluke. There's no more saying that he's a fluke. Um, Indiana is a talented team, and they play very well together. And I will say this, and this is one thing I can say where they might actually be better than Ohio State. Offensively, they're a more balanced team. Um,
yeah. Roman Hamby has really given that running game in Indiana something they did not have before.
yeah,
Um, and he's not even their best running back,
right.
but they have a two-headed monster there. Yeah, they definitely have. They are more balanced offensively than Ohio State is. That I think that goes without saying. Um, Under 11 minutes to go in the game. It is snowing heavy. It's beautiful to see on your TV screen. 49-10, and Notre Dame is up. Navy's just basically at this point just holding on. Nice run there by number 8. Gets a first down. Is that Jackson still? Yeah.
Yes, because I don't know that they got another quarterback on the roster.
Well, it's the Jackson show. Hats off to our fine men and women who made the trip from Annapolis to South Bend, Indiana to support the midshipmen wearing their uniforms. I think that's the Navy band, I'm guessing. Big run right up the middle, give them 9 yards and first down to midfield. And definitely the second string defense for Notre Dame is in. That is obvious.
Yeah, let's go back to that. If you put Notre Dame up against Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
who would you take?
I think it's a pick 'em.
I, I'm not going to lie to you, Eric.
Notre Dame?
I'm not going to pick Notre Dame in that one.
No?
I think that Indiana is the better team.
They get their comeuppance on the Irish if they get a
I,
second chance?
I do. I think that and and this is personal feelings aside. I think they're better coached. Now, a big part of that is Kurt Signetti has been a head coach a lot longer than Marcus Freeman. I think that in coaching, experience does matter. So I'm going to give the edge in coaching uh, to Kurt Signetti. I think that as far as talent goes, Honestly, I think Notre Dame might have a little more of what you like to call the recruiting class talent.
Oh, over Indiana,
But
100%.
what Kirk Signetti does with the portal more than makes up for that. And typically these are game ready, position ready, role ready guys that he's bringing in. So I think that his mastery of the portal may be as good as Ryan Day's. And
Might
because
be better.
I would say, well, he does more of it. Ryan
Yeah,
Day is more selective.
out of necessity though.
Yes, the selectiveness of Ryan Day. Ryan Day only takes those guys who are going to actually benefit the team. In he has a specific role in mind.
You know who's going to have to hit the portal big time is going to be Penn State. They're going to lose a ton of guys. They've
Yes,
they've already lost a ton of recruits. That recruiting class is just being raked over the coals right
and
now.
we've heard things already. Already heard rumblings, and we can't share those rumblings here because they're not confirmed yet. But we've heard rumblings.
Mm-hmm. 3rd and 10 for Navy. Ball at the midfield as Jackson steps back to throw. He's going to take off running, and he makes the first guy miss, makes the second guy miss. Actually got 12 yards and a first down to the 40. And slow to get up, but here he is. He's up. Gutierrez with a 12-yard carry and a first down. There's a flag on the play. I think it's going to be holding on Navy. Back it up. Let's play it again. It's going to be 3rd and long now. Nope. Illegal shift by Navy. Let's play the down over. Oh, where did the illegal shift happen
Larry
at?
Wilson, that's a fair question. Eric, he asks how much of Navy's inability to stop the run is scheme based, and how much of it is related to the lack of talent. And, you know, this was a question in a form that we had a lot last year with Ohio State, but it was with actually rushing the passer. How much of it was scheme based versus how much of it was maybe these guys weren't as good as we thought? And a majority of it was scheme based. I don't know that I don't know that's the case here with the run game. I have to think to some extent because, as I mentioned earlier, when Notre Dame runs straight forward before this point of the game, when they were running straight forward, Navy was stopping them. It was when they were getting to the outside primarily. It was when they were getting outside the tackles um, that Notre Dame was running more consistently. So
Fourth and
I
8 here for the midshipmen from the Notre Dame 49. They're in to punt. Snap is back. He thought about running it there for a second. Gave himself some extra time. That ball goes into the end zone. Touchback Notre Dame. Um, this isn't scheme at all. This is just talent, man. You're going up against a really good defense who prepared for you and have top level guys.
no, no. He's not talking about Navy's running the ball. He's talking about Navy
Oh,
stopping the ball, stopping
oh,
the run,
oh,
because they did it in the first half.
it's scheme,
Yeah,
hundred
this is a
percent.
scheme issue.
Which is why I think several people have been like, dude, D coordinator needs to go.
And like I said, we saw that firsthand last year as far as attacking the quarterback with Jim Knowles' defense at Ohio State. Uh, very, very good at a lot of things, but putting pressure on the quarterback was not one of them.
Right,
And a big
right.
part of that is I think that we had to scheme in a way to keep the quarterback into the pocket because his defense couldn't stop somebody outside the pocket.
Yeah.
Well, so I understand what they're saying. Yeah, this is scheme. The fact that they're not stopping the run is absolutely scheme. And this defensive coordinator, I said it before and I'll say it again. Before they stop the team bus in Annapolis, they should already have his stuff packed and waiting for him on the front step.
We got 66 people watching right now. Currently, only 15 likes. Make sure you smash that like button for us if you don't mind. We really do appreciate that. This video's gotten over 1,100 views today. We appreciate that as well, Chris. I knew Notre Dame was gonna bring in some eyeballs tonight. We really do
We
appreciate.
we need to advertise if we're going to do the one next week. If we're able to get a hold of that, we need to advertise that through the week here on the huddle so that people know that we're going to be on. Because guys, that's going to be a hard one to find on your local cable network or on your YouTube TV. I think
I
because
wish there was a way we could show the game on YouTube and not get deplatformed, but can't do it. What we do though is we do show the games over on Patreon.
we do. Not going to lie, Eric. That whoever's beside you is definitely creeping me out because they're coming across as just green pixels.
Yeah, I know. I saw that was weird. It was my lovely wife telling me good night. She's ready to go to bed. Hopefully, I will be heading that way soon. Marcus Freeman drinking a little hot cocoa or coffee there at the sideline.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Be a real man and get a soda.
Drink some water.
Drink some ice
6:40 to
water.
go in the game. Notre Dame on the carry there on first down gets about 4 yards. It'll set up second down and 6 from the 29-yard line.
Well, they're going to win, so I hope he gets an icy Gatorade bath.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not against Navy. You don't celebrate this win if you're Notre Dame. You're expected to win this game. You're the 10th ranked team in the CFP rankings. Handoff again, cut back. Gonna get 2-3 more. It's gonna set up a third down and 4 here. Oh, maybe that is Gatorade. Okay, it's a Gatorade cup. I was wrong. I thought it was a coffee cup at first. Third down for the
Headphones are
Irish.
sponsored by Meyer,
Yeah,
where I do a lot of my shopping. Hey, they have Santa Bucks going this week.
Meyer needs to sponsor the college shuttle.
They should, as much money as I pump into them on an annual basis.
4 receiver set, 1 back to the right of the quarterback. No tight ends. There's the snap. He's looking to pass it. He's got a man open down at the bottom of the screen. That's a 6-yard gain and a first down to the 32-yard line. And the clock keeps moving. And Marcus Freeman's pretty happy about that. He's got everybody around him laughing over there on the sideline. Not sure what he said there to the players. I mean, it's got to be exciting for this coaching staff to get these guys in this game like this. These third string, second string, third string guys who don't get to play very often and watch them succeed, you know?
Yeah, I know what he told the players. He's like, look at this. Look at how we're running over them. It's almost like they've only got 10 guys out there on defense.
Oh my gosh. You waited all game for this, didn't you? You held that back and waited all game to make that comment. Run up the middle and a shove out of bounds late. No flag though. Could have been. Maybe even should have been. Setting up second down and 3. We'll give them 7. Under 4.5 to go. Marcus just wanting to let that clock roll out.
You know, can I say this? As much as I despise that hat, the back of the hat actually isn't too bad.
I told you it's a sweet bill, dude. I love it.
But the front of the hat, the part that is covering his mug, for lack of a better term, or at least one that's socially acceptable.
Look at the name of this person. Look at their handle. I keep my teeth in a jar.
I love this. That is awesome.
Thanks for the like. Appreciate it. Dude, we agree with you on this.
Yeah,
Go
that's
Irish.
one thing
Jeremiah
you're not
Love
going
is
to find an
amazing.
argument about.
I think he's the best. I think he's best running back in college football. I do.
I agree.
First and 10, Notre Dame ball on the Navy 38. I got distracted reading the chat there. Just over 3 minutes to go. Another handoff up the middle, breaking a tackle, give them 12 more, first down, Notre Dame. And they are marching towards 50 plus here to end the game, looks like. Thankfully, this fourth quarter has sped on by, Chris.
Well,
Thankfully, that has happened.
yes, that's true. And typically, you're right. They're going to go over 50 points. And here's what I'll say, Eric. If you can't beat the good teams, you better beat the bad teams with some skill or some style points. They're putting on the style points.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't mean anything in today's game with a playoff being 12. Style points don't mean anything as there's a handoff and a loss of one in the backfield. Um, Style points don't mean anything in today's game. They're going to let that clock go down the 2-minute warning. But I guess it's for bragging rights,
Yeah.
If Notre Dame joins a conference at some point, or they're forced to join a conference,
Yes.
will Navy be their protected non-conference opponent every year?
No. It'll be Boston College.
What? All right, people in the chat, Boston College or Navy, who's more of a rival? Ooh, that's an interesting stat. Braxton Woodson has 101 yards. He's the first rusher the Notre Dame defense has given up this year for 100 yards, or over 100
And
yards.
you know what? He's not a running back. He is a quarterback, by the way. And
Yeah.
he's also out of the game, so they will not be able to get that 100. They will not be able to give him a negative yard to get him under 100.
Yeah. Whew.
That's a good looking burger.
You know what, Chris? This is the first time I did what you did a couple weeks ago, where you did the morning show, you did the Buckeye live game watch, you then ate dinner. I actually made 2 videos during that time, and then
It,
did the live watch at
it
the
wears
end.
on you.
Whew, it is a long day, brother.
You tomorrow. You think you feel it now? Wait till tomorrow when you get up and try to talk. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I have to teach Sunday school tomorrow.
By the time you get back to your Sunday night roundtable show,
Navy is the better rival. Boston is the better team, but Navy is the better rival. I thought so. I figured you all would say Navy's the better rival.
and I don't get that. I don't get as to why.
Um, I think it has to do with the fact that when Notre Dame was trying to find people to play, Navy stepped up and became that team for them.
Well, Notre Dame could always try putting Florida back on the schedule or Miami. Miami, that was a great rivalry.
It is, but it isn't. I mean, I think it's the reason why it's great is because they don't play it all the time, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think I enjoyed it more when they were playing it more regularly. Um, here's the thing. I don't know that you're going to have non-protected rivals anymore once you go both. Once the entire state of or the entire college football goes to the 9 games of conference. Well, yeah, Notre Dame might choose Navy because Navy's an easy team to beat.
They're they they're not though because
They're they're not they're not an easy team. I should
you
say.
have to you have to change everything in your preparation for them, and it you might beat them, but I'll tell you right now, you know who the luckiest team is right now? Is Pitt. They get to play Notre Dame the week after they played Navy.
Yeah.
And you spend that entire week changing everything defensively in order to stop the option, and then you have to go right back to prepping for a team that's not even going to come close to running the option.
You know what I think would be better is if we moved that to a Thursday game. Let's do that as a Thursday night game.
What?
The Pitt Notre Dame game this year. Right now, let's change it this week.
That'd be it'd be awesome if they would do that,
I agree.
but not going to happen. There's a yellow hanky on the field. What is this?
There's been yellow hankies on the field the whole game.
Yeah, it's not been terrible.
Some of them have even been legitimate.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. I missed that. Let's see. Oh, that was weak. He shoved him over right after he tossed the ball. All right, Notre Dame gets 15 yards and a first down, and the Navy coach is smirking, thinking, yeah, I don't know about that. That's pretty weak. Marcus is smirking. Everybody's smirking. Chris isn't smirking because Marcus is smirking. And
Marcus Freeman has the most punchable face in all of college sports.
Chris! Notre Dame is in victory formation. Ball game, 49-10.
So now Notre Dame and the Navy midshipmen are both 7-2, yet somehow Notre Dame is still in the top 10.
It's been a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for everybody who hung out. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up on your way out. Yeah, that's what I thought, William. Notre Dame has played Navy since 1927. I mean, come on.
Eric, can I say this, though? Honestly, I want to say something positive about Notre Dame before I leave here, because we all know that I do not like Notre Dame. But let me say this one positive thing. If Jeremiah Love is not in the top 3, right, for the Heisman, there is something wrong. There's something broken with the system. Because he is the best running back in college football.
It's a stupid popularity contest. It really ticks me off. The Heisman, which is the greatest individual trophy in, I think, all of sport for a team sport, is really devalued by being a quarterback popularity contest.
Yes.
And it should be who is the best player in college football. And I agree with you. Jeremiah Love, Jeremiah Smith, I think, are the two best players in college football.
Yeah, we have an award for the best college quarterback. So I don't understand why they have to do this thing of having the Heisman be a popularity contest for quarterbacks.
But it is what it is. Congratulations, Notre Dame, on beating Navy 49-10. You were this week's College Huddle Game of the Week. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We appreciate each and every single one of you who tuned in tonight. Really good numbers this evening, so we thank all of you for that. Enjoy your evening. We'll be back tomorrow with another video on the College Huddle. Make sure you go check out the website when you ever get the opportunity, thecollegehuddle.com. If it's back up, it was down earlier today. Check that real fast, but it's back up and running. The College Huddle, 86 podcasts from coast to coast. We have 2 Notre Dame podcasts, by the way, in case you're interested. Always Irish is definitely the more popular of the 2, and Go Irish Talk is the other one. It's a more up-and-coming audio-only podcast, but go check out those shows if you're a Notre Dame fan. If you're a fan of Navy, we do not currently have a Navy podcast in the College Huddle. If you would like to start a Navy podcast, if indeed you are a fan of the midshipmen, reach out to us. We would love to work with you. You can email the show at thecollegehuddle@gmail.com is our email, thecollegehuddle@gmail.com. We would love to answer your questions and get you started being our Navy representative over at the College Huddle with a podcast. Till next time, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We will see you on the flip side. Have a good night, everybody.